lads, let's crack a lacking. Spider here. Last game of the season. I wasn't even going to do this stream this time around because I was meant to be going out, but a few last minute cancellations and, you know, people getting old and just like, oh, could I be arsed doing this? But then, you know, they come up with the most fantastical excuses, but it's great. No, but there was 2 or 3 or 4 of us trying to go with them. We were kind of like, nah, all the ways into the city for that. Don't think so. And plus, as I was getting closer to the date myself, I was kind of going, yeah, I kind of don't want to go out. I kind of enjoy these watch-alongs and going to the games and whatnot. So, you know, it suited me down to the ground anyway in the end. But lads, how are you? Redbird, Panov, how are you keeping, lads? You alright? You good? Aye. I have no idea which channel it's showing this one on. I'm on all of these channels here, and so it's bound to be showing them on one of them. But we'll see. As for the lineup today, what the hell is that? Alright, Shay, how's it going, man? There you go. That's today's lineup for that. Cooper. Of all the people I should have known. Sorry, just my kid. Aye. Not showing in Ireland. Yeah, but you find it. I don't have your everyday TV. I use the IPTV. So. So who's in this one? Why is this not? For some reason, it's showing the time is completely wrong on this. Anyway, that was the lineup for today. Kelleher's in for Allison. Trent keeps his place because I think he's just in top form at the moment and he just wants to keep that going for as long as he possibly can. Matip Gomez in for Virgin Canate. Simicast in for Robbo. Fabinho keeps his position. Milner in his final ever game for Liverpool gets his final ever start. On the right hand side of that midfield. And Jones will hopefully continue his great run of form as well. Trying to add the goals as well as he's going along for on that left hand side. Jota gets to start again. Salah gets to start again. And yeah, while we're on them, lads, it's like we were all talking about how emotional it was for Bobby last year, but this is it. Like, this is the last time we're ever going to see Bobby in the Liverpool shirt outside maybe a Legends game or something, which will be, if going by the way he's been able to go for the last few seasons, it's going to be a while. So there you have him, lads. Right, A32 honours so far to date. Premier League, well, honours that he can possibly get with Liverpool now. Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, Club World Cup, Super Cup, and FA Community Shield. That's it. That's it. I should say. That's could you get any more with a fella like that? You know, I mean, how much more can you really ask for from a player? I don't understand. I don't know how much more you could ask from a player, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I just 72 assists, 110 goals, 2 of which are scored in the last 2 games. I mean, if we were going to qualify for the Champions League and results did go away, how important would those 2 goals would have been from Bobby? You know, if we didn't like mess it up against teams like Bournemouth, against teams like, Brentford, losing to Leeds at home, losing to, I don't know, like lose just stupid losses, Wolves, but no, never mind that. What are we looking at this for? I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's already on. What? No, it's Aston Villa. Never mind that. It's not already on. It's Aston Villa. What the hell's going on here? What match are they watching? Sorry, no, let me check this out. Right, so we're in. Big up, not showing in Ireland. All goes for the thanks and good thanks, bird. The season's coming up. Alright, Seamus, mate. I wonder if Kelleher's last game. It could be. It wouldn't surprise me. Look, I would put a buyback clause into Kelleher's contract. I would let him go and I'd let him get the experience, but I'd put an immediate buyback into his contract. He's one of these players that I know we could do it with Ryan Brewster. Learned a lesson in that one. Sold him for a relatively okay price, but we hindered on that because we had to get the chance of buying him back. I would sell Kelleher a bit low. You could probably get him for about 25 million. I'd get him out there for about 25 million and then be able to buy him back for like 35 within the next 4 seasons or something. So I'll be keeping an eye on the relegation. That's what I'm doing, dude. I'm going to be flicking between all the channels. Like I would, Liverpool and Southampton is not as important today. I am here as a Liverpool fan. I will be watching the Liverpool game, but I'll be mostly switching between all the relegation games as well, dude. Because I mean, we're going to have to see what happens, you know. But T12, how's it going, man? Mark, welcome, dude. Hopefully Kelleher stays in the Premier League. Oh yeah, I'd like to see him go to some place like, well, Brentford he can't go to now because they're after buying in some dude, aren't they? Spurs is one they could possibly go to. Would they keep all the Forrester? If Leicester survive, he could end up going there. Who's playing here? Just Everton to Bournemouth game. We have a look at this. I don't know what freaking game is looking at here. It's the Liverpool and Aston Villa. I don't know why that's on. Wolves have played. Newcastle. Chelsea game. Brentford game. Leeds United. I gotta keep an eye on what ones these are. Brighton. Where is Liverpool? Alright, Spider, I know you're into your music. Have you heard of a lad called Of course I have. What a video that was as well, and some of his other work as well is fantastic. Yeah, so yeah, like what it's genius the stuff that he's doing at the moment. It really is. He's telling proper stories and proper music. Yeah, he's very, very good, dude. Like he's potentially, because of his talent, you know, Eminem always had a kind of a knack for being able to rap really well and fast and self-deprecate himself. So he's taken parts and elements of that, and he can also sing. So putting those two things together, man, is you know, he's going to work with some of the biggest artists over in the US, I think. At the moment, CNN are trying to cancel him though for some reason. It's sad to see Southampton out of the Premier League. I guess Brighton are our new feeder team. Yeah, maybe. Well, you know what? For Liverpool, the less they have to travel, the better, really, for me. So when teams just feck off from down that end of the woods, I don't care. Everton going down. I'm thinking Everton are going down, to be honest with you. Lads, is this game kicked off here? Because I'm waiting for it. I'm looking at why. So what game are we looking at? This is Everton game. This is the Everton game. Why is that on both? What? Premier 3 is not showing anything. It's showing Liverpool, Aston Villa for some reason. Let me get over this. A second. No, not that. Look. There we are. Right. I love this kit. The red one or the green one. The green one is nice though, no? Next season one will be nice as well, man. It's a throwback to the 97 one, isn't it? 96, 97 season. The one with the green, the white and the green. Or opposite, sorry, yeah. White, green, white. Bobby scored today. Oh yeah. Lads, I wouldn't be satisfied today if Liverpool, even with a weakened team, didn't go out and score a hat load of goals, to be honest with you. This is Milly'S final game in the Liverpool shirt. He only found out 3 weeks ago he was leaving the club. That the owners were telling him he was being let go. It wasn't Klopp. Klopp wanted to keep him. He wanted him to turn into a coach, player coach. So, yeah. And let me have a look at this here. Oh, I did that wrong. Let me play it. There we go. Kick off. We're there, lads. I will be switching between the games, lads. So, make note of that. Spurs scored already. Against Leeds. No way. What, like in the first few seconds? We have a look at this. Leeds. We have a look. Yeah. He's gone through. Oh, yeah. Straight away. Right there, yeah. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Kane. These are going down, lads, if they don't pull their socks up, really. You can't leave a Spurs squad against you. They're shocking. That's terrible defending by Leeds. Absolutely terrible defending by Leeds. Oh, and my game is ahead. So 2 seconds there. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, there we are. We're on the right time now. Leeds were gone ages ago. Yeah, but I was hoping that they'd stay up over Leicester. I want Leicester and Everton to go, to be honest with you. I want Leicester's record gone. I'll miss the 6 points against Leicester each season. But if we're going by the improvement that Liverpool have to make, the next team that's coming up is getting the 6 points got against them as well. So for one season, let Everton go down. They'll bounce straight back up. And then let them get rid of that record. The only record that they have over us have never been relegated. So then I'll keep updating the scores. Yeah, cheers, T. Yeah, bang them in here as we keep going. Then I won't have to switch between the channels, I suppose. I can watch it here. Team Leicester and Everton. Think so? Rather lose Leicester. Leicester and Everton for me, just to go up. I'm an ex-Leeds United player as well. So I've kind of had a soft spot for them. But at the same time, I don't care if they go down another season. It's just the fact I want to see that record gone from Everton. And then just let them bounce back up. Let them just learn what it's like to not ever be in the top division. Because they're always very bitter. They're always very, but they still have a swagger, arrogance. So, oh, fantastic with Luton, man. Fantastic. I thought Klopp was gone for both games. Right, so I've got a coffee to make there, lads. Just give me 2 seconds. The kettle's already boiled. I'm just making a coffee. All relegated teams need to bounce back up, otherwise they feel like they get swallowed. They do. Your answer right there is the likes of Wigan, you know, that get dropped down. Your Readings that get dropped down. These are why is this reload? It's already loading. Shocking. No. There's UK. No. Let's try this. Off this one. Everton. It's good that that's it. Actually, I like this when it's on. Wait, this is. These little Spurs 1. Leicester, West Ham. Man United and Fulham. Southampton and Liverpool. Jesus Christ, that's done 5 minutes already. I was way behind here. I was way behind. So this is up to time now. Give me a second, guys. You're going to have to catch up with me there if you are. This time is completely changed again. Yeah, it's the right time now. Alright. Yeah, for some reason the other one was bloody freezing on me all the time, and well, let's take this out. Right, I'll bring it up. We'll talk about Bobby again in a minute. Lads, hello if you're on Facebook. Hello if you're on YouTube. Please say hello if you're on Facebook. You have no problem. You can chat amongst yourselves with the YouTube guys via the bubbles on my screen, and you can answer each other, talk to you know yourself. But welcome anyway, guys. Villa 1. No, it's Mark. It's okay for the other teams to come in, for the other score lines, but just for the Liverpool game. Don't spoil the Liverpool game for me. But Mark is right. Don't give spoilers on the Liverpool game, but do let me know and chat about the other games, because it saves me changing the channel. Oh, so Villa 1-0, and they're playing Leicester. Oh yeah. So let me have a look at this. Get out of that table thingy. So it's Aston Villa and Brighton. Okay. So I'm only paying attention to who's playing in the Everton, the Leeds, and the Leicester game. I just don't care about anything else because there's not really much anything else that can change. Maybe Brighton and Spurs can swap. Who can drop in? Nobody can catch up in the Conference Leagues or the Europa League, right? Because Brighton are qualified anyway. So Spurs can't catch. That's unfinished for Brighton in all fairness. Although, as it stands, Aston Villa can pull up into 7th. It used to be 7th place though for the Europa League, but it's only 2 spots now, isn't it? 5th and 6th. Newcastle 1-0 up. Need Villa to lose. I could be wrong. You're right. They do as it yeah, as I speak, as it stands, Villa are above Spurs by a point. Brighton are above Villa by a point. It's 7 for conference, 7 and 8 so for conference. 5th and 6th for Europa League. I just want to know if there was an extra thing put in there for the English teams. It's been so long, lads, since we were in the Europa League. I didn't pay attention. But we can have a dip of a season. We're allowed to. It's if it happens season after season. That's when you got to turn on and think, oh Jesus, we're like United these days. It's only 7th because there's no 8th. Okay, this year, okay, because I knew the 8th place got the naked like Wolves or something 1 year. I got Fabinho. T12ish. Why did T12 show yes? Arsenal 1-0. Why did you show yes there? T12. Arsenal 1-0 up and Wolves. Oh! Diogo Jota. Lavia of all players. Oh, that's why it was yes. Okay. Alright. No, I get it. Alright, let me put this up. So, I was expecting that. Southampton 1, Liverpool 0. Diogo Jota, that's... Oh, Jesus, Lavia. Jeez, all eyes are on you. Liverpool's been linked to Chanefti and you're going to do something like that? Jesus. Hi, Carl. How's it going, man? Gordon scored for Newcastle as well. What the hell? So I just need to hide our score in this game. And I can watch it here on my phone from the Premier League updates. Although it's probably a bit slow to update. Yeah, it's showing Newcastle 1-0 up in Chelsea. As I said, lads, score early. We could get fucking 5 or 6 in this, like. You bring the luck, Carl. That's it, bye. I need to make this coffee as well. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, lads, I've got a bit of a cold as well. It's like hay fever season. It's giving me a head cold. Go away again and come back again. Lads, I appreciate y'all. I don't think I've said it enough. I appreciate y'all coming in and watching me this season. I really do. Summer is well and truly here. It really is, dude. Like, it was like 24 degrees yesterday, burning the back at me. Like, I find it hotter over here than I did in Tenerife. It was 38 degrees in Tenerife, and it seems like it's harsher over here. I think it's just because of the lighter atmosphere, really. Alright, let me make that coffee. I've had a coffee in a couple of days. It was 22 here yesterday, yeah. Yeah, we got about 24 in Cork or something like that for about an hour, not even, about 45 minutes. And it was like 22 and a half, 3 then for the rest of the evening. It seems to be getting hotter around 3 to 5 o'clock. Oh, thank you for that, Mark. Yeah, let's look. The Kitman is going to be really, really pushing on even throughout the summer. Me and Jack are going to be doing a lot of our stuff, and that Jack's going to be doing a lot of pre-recorded shorts rather than live streams now in future. And he'll do the odd one, but we'll be doing a lot of our live content based on the Kitman, and just doing a lot of transfer shows, a lot of quizzes, a lot of stuff like that. So we're really going to push on with that, I should say. Trying to keep an eye on the scores. I'm going along. Right, I'm going to make that coffee. Go on, Millie. Oh yeah. Millie, Salah. Oh, it's off. Foul on Millie. Yeah, that was a foul on Millie. Just imagine fucking Millie got injured in his last ever game for Liverpool. That would suck ass. Yeah. Jeez, when you think of it, Gary Macca was fucking ancient when he was with us, but Millie is older than him now. Today he breaks Gary Macca's record as Liverpool's oldest ever player. And like it's fair enough. It's fair enough because he is our best ever free transfer. Gary Macca was our best ever free transfer down through the years. Then he was replaced by Matip at a time, and then Millie. So what's Liverpool about, Hashimi? I don't know, buddy. What's that about? I don't understand. Liverpool. You saying Liverpool? Or are you trying to say something about VAR? Oh, Bobby! Bobby! Yes! Get in, Bobby! Get in! Get in, Bobby! Get in, Bobby! Sagigul Hashimi. Have you got, I don't understand what you mean by Liverpool. Trying to figure that out. Right, anyway. Yeah. Bobby. 2-0 Arsenal scored as well. Oh yeah, I see it there. Wolves. So the Wolves are nothing to play for. They're not going anywhere. Yeah, Bobby. Bobby. What, Bobby? Oh, I'd love to see him do the no-look before he did it. I want him to score a no-look goal before he goes off this pitch, lads. I want Bobby with the no-look goal. Hit it in the chat there to see if anybody's gonna, if Bobby's gonna get a no-look goal. If Southampton capitulate in this game, like I think they will, like I thought they would if we scored early, then will Bobby get the chance to run through and goal and a no-look back heel? Just give him a no-look back heel. Be unbelievable. Wildcat, step into him, Simicast. Don't give him a shot. Oh, Jesus Christ, overhead kick. Right, making that coffee. Everything are all over Bournemouth. Jesus Christ, the murder. Leicester still 0 on at West Ham. Leeds still 1-0 down to Spurs. With the way it stands, Leeds will finish 19, right? As it stands, it just stays as is. That would be a boring thing if people didn't change positions, man. In a relegation last day. To be honest with you, with the amount of money Everton have spent over the last few seasons, and with the fact that they had to go to 2 last final days for them to survive in the Premier League, they deserve to go down, man. Compared to other clubs that have just had a bad season. Twice they've capitulated with all that money. That's what I'm saying. We might say that we missed it. It's one of the first fixtures I look at as well all season. When do we get Everton? But still, they deserve to go down more than the other teams. Leicester do deserve to go down. I think Leeds should stay up. That's what I'm saying, man. Leeds have just been... They lost Bielsa. They lost another dude. They've had multiple managers. They lost Phillips. They couldn't replace him. They lost... Was it Rodrigo? Was it? Was Rodrigo? Yeah, that dude. They lost him to thing and didn't get a chance to replace him. After getting up after 16 years, you kind of want to see him stay and see if they can develop as a club in the Premier League. Yeah, same. Exactly the same, Carl. They did. Sorry, Kev. Got him devastated over Bobby. I'm as well. Dave. No, you no idea, boy. Bobby was on my home jerseys every year for the last number of years. The only difference that I changed it this year was to this man. That he deserved it. Luis Diaz. Bobby was always my go-to, man. On my shirt. Him and Mandy were my favourite players, but Bobby since day one. I just love Bobby. Never thought he would actually leave. Yeah, he said himself he wants to give the young fellas a chance. And he wants to keep continuing playing at a high level. So he can go to any Champions League club, man. Any team in the Champions League will have Bobby. Any team. There's not one team out there that would turn down a Bobby Firmino player playing as hard as he works in front of that as a false nine. He pretty much invented the position in his own format. We know that it's been utilised and tried to be used in the past, but nobody was as good as it is Bobby Firmino. Nobody on the planet. It shows you the ineptability. It shows you the ineptability. It's a goal. 2-1. For fuck's sake, lads. That was brilliant football from Southampton. Absolutely brilliant football. Get to this here. Sick. That was too easy as well. 1-1 Brighton scored. Well, that was just too easy. That was very good football. Wow, pros. Was he offside though when he was going to step in for it? That's very sloppy. Yeah, Panavai would as well. I'd like to keep him. There's nobody better that can play out. Like, he just came on. He's on today and he scored straight away. Like, that's what I'm saying. You have to understand the inevitability of most United fans you see talking shite online, and most Everton fans, any rival fan, Man City fans that are just clueless about football, and they and you see that they've always said, "Oh, it's a striker that doesn't score goals." Blah blah. He's still getting nearly 20 goals a season, like, but he wasn't a striker. He was a false nine, and they never understood what kind of footballer he was or what position he played. Because they just didn't understand that type of football. All they knew was 4-4-2, two fucking wingers, one that crossed the ball in and one that ran at people. That's all United ever knew was wings. They knew nothing about midfield because they used to go on about Paul Scholes a lot. And Paul Scholes was never mentioned in the same ilk as Gerrard and Lampard until he left and then came back. And then they were like, oh, do you know, we've no midfield that we can put in the same boots as Lampard and Gerrard, so we'll just say, oh, Paul Scholes was this and that. Very good footballer, nowhere near the same level as Gerrard and Lampard. Simple as. It's that simple. If that's the case, you'd have to ask yourself a question: why did Ferguson try to replace Paul Scholes with Varane and move him back, and why did he try to replace him with Gerrard and move him back, and why did he put him on the transfer list twice, and why was he never in his own teams? Why was he never his own team's player of the year? That's what you got to ask yourself. And he never was. He was never voted player of the year. Why was he never nominated for a Ballon d'Or? Why was he never on a Champions League team of the season or European team of the season? Why was he never in a Premier League team of the season? You got to ask yourself these questions. And everybody, we have Gomez in defence. Did people really think a clean sheet was going to happen? I didn't, if I'm honest, but I did expect, like, you know, if I a 5-6-7-1, I would have taken that. But when I seen the team, then I'm kind of going, oh, maybe a 3 or 4-1. Gavin W. Jesus, I log on so I have to score. For fuck's sake, Gav. That's Gavin's fault, lad. Everybody point at Gavin and laugh. It was true. Trent wasn't covering, but he had two people to cover there, though, Mark. I will give him that. Come on. That. Oh. So, yeah, that's a high boot there, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jesus, that's a leg up right into his shin. You said 4-2. Come back a full time. Reset button. Yeah, well, I get my fucking ads. I don't care. Right after the season finishes, man, Liverpool, it's probably Monday. Liverpool will be contacting me about the, because we bought that 7-year season ticket. So I'll be over there straight away from next year. So I have three season tickets in the new Brody's bar in Anfield Road. And we'll be using it from next season onwards. Great ball. Gomez. Gomez, will you ever kick a ball across the fucking box, man? Bobby, Trent. Matip! Oh, that nearly looped the keeper. I'll try and get a couple of games next season as well. Yeah. Yeah, well, what I'm going to do, the aim is I got these 3 season tickets finally. They contacted me 5 years ago. I couldn't afford it then, to be honest with you. But then I got onto a couple of lads. I was going to buy one and try and add a second one over the next few seasons. But another couple of lads heard when I told them I was doing it. They said, oh, we'd love to get involved. Can we get involved? Because I knew I wouldn't get off for every single game and living in Ireland, you know? And with like gigs and stuff like that. So I said, yeah, this would be ideal. I can get off for at least 6 games, 7 games a season. And get it in whole hospitality as well. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it this way. I asked the dude, was there any in the main stand? No, he said you missed out on it by a week, but we do have 2 or 3 more contracts coming up minimum next season, and it could be anything up to 25 contracts new for next season. So I'll get 4 seats in the Carlsberg dugout, and then I'll use the 3 seats in the Anfield Road end to fund those 4 seats, and that's the way to do it. But when I say fund it, nowhere near, I'm not a tout dude. Like those seats alone are 549 to 779 a seat per game, and I'll be doing it for any Irish lads or any lads I know going over there for 300 quid. That's full hospitality. I just want to cover the price of the seats. And I want to have those 4 seats sitting together, and then the lads that I'm with I want to be able to transfer my name over to them and let them have 2 seats for them and their sons. It's hard, lads, for Irish lads to get tickets, so this is the only way we're going to have to do it. It's expensive, but at least if they can get over there for at least, you know, 10 once they have their own seats, they can get over there for like 14 games a season, and then the other game, like 9 games of renting out your seats will cover all the prices. So, which is good. Yeah. Full missed penalty. And would they lose? Would they winning as well? They just missed a penalty. Yeah, and they just missed a penalty too. Oh, Jesus. Villa 2-0 on Brighton. I just spotted that there. Salah, gone up. Aye. If Leeds, well, Leeds go down. So if Leicester, as it stands with the draw, so there. If Leicester were to win and Everton were to draw, Everton will still go down. They have minus 24 goal difference. Leicester have 18. So if Leicester beat West Ham and it stays the same between Everton and Bournemouth, Everton go down. Matthias, are we doing just begging Everton to get relegated? Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, just this once. Just let them get relegated once. I'll miss the 6 point the season. Go. Jota! Oh, it's a corner. It's a crazy last day. Chelsea actually scored a goal. No way. I was just looking at that. Still says 1-0 for me. Stupid thing. We get a... Oh, motherfucker. I got... Wait for this corner to finish. So I have to make that coffee. I boiled the kettle like ages ago. Before the game even started. Oh, Millie to get a goal again would be great. Who scored the goals? Jota and Bobby. Oh, I keep forgetting that it's not fucking Allison in goal. Kelleher's great. Oh Jesus, Kelleher's great, but he's no Allison. So, oh, it's 2-2. What's going on? It's 2-2. Lads, our defense is shocking. 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 Yeah, shocking. Cal's 4-2 is on. Kelleher, that's too easy, dude. That's too easy from Kelleher. That's right down the middle of him. What's the bench like? It's I'll show you there now. Yeah. Adrian Canate, Henderson Gakpo, Elliot Carvalho, Arthur Williams. You might see Arthur get a run out in this game. It was probably one of the things that was going to happen. Get Evo went, yeah. No Van Dijk, no Allison. I knew they were getting rested. They were given an early holiday, I think. They deserved it too. Just Van Dijk needs all the rest. He needs to, like, he has to. Just because they needed to recuperate after the World Cup, after his injury 2 seasons ago, and I mean, for the whole season. Yeah, we're where we are in the league because we don't have the squad numbers to cover, and yeah, they came from Gomez's side as well. Yeah, Bobby lost the ball. It was just. Okay. There you go. Well, mate, it's brilliant for Millie. I'd be honest, look, there's a lot of offers coming in for Gomez throughout the summer anyway. West Ham was one, I think. Newcastle were another. Accept the full responsibility for both goals. I'm definitely going. Nah, it's not your responsibility. I don't believe in that shit at all. I remember the time it was coming into, there was the Liverpool Supporters Club inside in town, and I showed up there. I've been up in there for a few years. And because we used to go to Brannigan's all the time, and then I moved over to Cashman's, and I didn't like the place. And it was always like a small clique that was going in there anyway. So, and I remember turning up for the Seville final, and going 1-0 up, and we were in the t-shirts and all of that, and then some after the lads won the goals, somebody over to know said, that's their fucking fault for turning up today. If they didn't turn up, we would have won the game. And I said, you're retarded. I'm going to use that phrase. I use that for anybody who's of sound mind and body and chooses to be stupid. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. Nah, there's talks about nearly 30 million for Gomez going somewhere. I know we'd say we get rid of him, but man, take the money if it's there. Go and buy another top quality centre back. Fund half of it with the Gomez sale. Matip will probably end up getting released as well, but then you have, where are you going to go? This is very incohesive. Oh my God, Trent. Trent just lost it there. Oh. Poor. This is just fucking. When she sees back, my friend went to the toilet and Liverpool scored each time she was in there. Was that the 5-2, was it? I was at that game. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Southampton are getting shot after shot here, man. I hate that when the season, a team gets a fucking already relegated boost. Look at Milly'S fucked, man. Milly can't even stretch for anything. He's giving out to Jones about moving on somewhere. But Milly didn't stretch that ball. He didn't control that ball there either. Need absolute quality replacements. Millie can't even stretch to the ball, man. Millie's looking very poor. And his first season, okay. Get the torque away. Leicester 1-0 up. Yeah, Milner, Gomez, and Fabinho are constantly going backwards with the ball. Trent is the only one that's going forward. Arsenal 3-0 up. Chelsea 1, Newcastle 1, Man United 0, Fulham 1, Brentford 0, Man City 0. Right, I need to make that coffee. Right. He has played well, but you see, Gomez was a fantastic player, lads. Don't get us wrong. What we have to say about Gomez is that he was never injury prone, but 2 severe injuries is what's after costing him his career at Liverpool. It was the one with Ben Mee when he tackled him, and the one with Raheem Sterling in the England training that did him in, and they were fighting and all over that, and they were 2 broken legs. So when that happened, he never really recovered from it, or he never really got his place back. So he was never even really able to recover. But that season that we got to the Champions League final against Real Madrid with the 3-1 in the final, that was one of the best football, or one of the best centre-back pairing you'll ever see in Van Dijk and Gomez, you know? And that was like Van Dijk's first season, was it? Yeah. That whole season, that whole 6 months either side of it was fantastic. But then picked up those injuries, man. And that was the end of him. Yeah. Red's right. We do. Right. Oh, Millie. Oh. Millie got a shot on goal. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see him doing it over Van Dijk and Kanate. And if I ask, is he the same quality as both of those? I'd say no. He could be, but he's not the same quality as even Matip, and we can see Matip leaving at the end of the season, you know. But I would keep Matip on, and I would probably use Joe because Joe is young, and I would make the money off him now, like we did with our colour losses, like we did with Brewster, Solanke, you know. Scrap that. Oh, Bobby. Milner to Bobby. You want to hear that again? You will about. Yeah, the guy there is he's still saying goodbye to the hospital staff. Yeah. In fairness, like he built up a good band with him, in fairness, didn't he? Him and Ox. No more injury prone players. This is why I was saying that Mason Mount, if they didn't give him that stupid price tag, would have been a good buy at like the 30 million mark or something, because he's never injured. Oh. Fabinho. Barry. Apparently Kate pulled a muscle leaving the hospital. At least Paul Rydown can score for Everton today if you're old enough, you know. Yeah. Yeah. And who did it from last season? Yeah, Leicester won. Forest won it up in Palace as well. That result for Forest against Arsenal, which pretty much handed City the title, is what kept them in the Premier League as well. So they were already out of it. West Ham were in danger of dropping into that battle, man, with the games that they had. Yeah. Oh, if United, if Mason Mount goes to United, he's flopping again. It'll be just another Chelsea all over again. Mason Mount needs somebody like a Jurgen Klopp as his manager. Oh, I got a missed call. I'm not going to watch anything like that because I don't want to give away results. Can I hide? No. Alright. Goodison will be nervous right now, yeah. At the moment, as it stands, Everton are going down. As it stands, Everton are going down. Let me have a look at this here. Goal difference, yeah. It's minus 18. Well, it would be minus 17 now to minus 24, right? Yeah. Jesus Christ, almighty. So, yeah, as it stands, Leicester in 17th, Everton are in 18th. These are down. So, Leeds is only shout of staying up, really, is if Everton lose and Leeds win. And Leicester draw. Kind of thing. As it stands, Leeds would have to beat Spurs by about 9-1. Yeah. I would take that, man. I said, a lot of lads don't want to see Everton go down. We get it. We've been saying this season after season, but there's one season that Everton are going to go down, and I want it to be now while we're recuperating. Because in this transition period is the time that Everton can start getting results against us in games, and I like our 6 points against them season after season. So let them go down. Let them lose their big stars. They'll get a lot of top championship players and stuff and bring them in. Players will move on. They'll bounce straight back up. But I want that's the only thing that's the only record they have against us. Is that they've never been relegated. Somebody posted up in a thing that Liverpool had never finished anything below 8 or something in the league or something like that when they did it. I'm hoping that's the Premier League, but like we were relegated back in fucking for the war or something like that. It's bad going on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we do. We can meet him in the cup, lads. You'll be happy. One season. Just leave him pop away for one season. That's a penalty. Jota went past him. Yeah. I did 52. That was I knew it was late 40s. Just after the what? Yeah. Yeah. That'd be shocking, wouldn't it? Everything to build that new fucking state-of-the-art stadium. They lose Liverpool their culture, city of culture status because of getting rid of the part of that Docklands down there. So Liverpool lost their city of culture. Like, you know, where Liverpool were like city of culture. I think it was the year before or after us in Cork. Was it 2008? Was it 2007? We were, I think. Was it 2005? That was earlier, 2005, something like that. And Liverpool and Cork were the next two cities like that, but you wouldn't be able to get that again because of Everton. Everton got rid of their city of culture status. Everton go down, but after the last home game with them this season, the way their fans were behaving on Anfield was shocking. Fuck them. Yeah, exactly. Let them go down. Let them go down. And you know what they'll do? They'll go over and they'll start destroying the pictures of Liverpool players on the wall. They'll start going over doing that. Everybody can see it coming because that's how bitter they are. They can't do it on the pitch, so they do it off the pitch. And even if they tried it one-on-one on off the pitch, they still get done. Oh, United 1-1 with Fulham. And you just seen that popping up now. That was 5 minutes ago as well. Sancho, yeah. Brighton have pulled a goal back against... Or did they already have that? Did they get it? Yeah, they did pull a goal back. Yeah. 2-1. Oh, look, give him the shot! Oh my god. Oh my god. Trent. Ball up over the top to Salah. Great ball. Went on, Milly. Milly's been shocking, to be honest with you. He's been absolutely shocking. Every bounce that comes in there, he's too slow to receive it and trap it. I'll miss him, like, but it's the right time for him to go. As much as Klopp would like him to stay on as a player coach type of thing, I think it's the right time for him to go. Bobby, we could have still gotten 2 seasons. At least one really good, 1.5 really good seasons, and he would have timid out maybe. At like 33, 34. Southampton, Leeds. Southampton, Leeds and Everton or Leicester. I don't think anyone predicted that at the start of the season. No. I said last season that Southampton were in danger of going down though. And I said Everton would be there thereabouts. Leeds, if they didn't pick up the boots, would be there. Leicester were a bit of a surprise for me. So maybe it's right that Southampton, Leeds and Everton go down because they were the people I deemed that would be in there if Bournemouth and them. I mean, you think of it this way, not one of the teams that were promoted are going down. And John Matip. Yeah. Gomez, where are you heading it to, way? I still don't think Curtis Jones is good enough, though. Oh, well done. That's brilliant from Jota. Maybe. I just don't think it's. I think there's higher quality of players out there that we can buy. I think Bajcetic is going into the team before Jones next season. It's that simple. So maybe that's why Klopp is looking at that, which is why I think we need 2 good quality midfielders in there. But if Milly'S, but you have to understand then if Milly'S leaving, Naby's leaving, Henderson's been starting to look at it being replaced, Fabinho's not up to standard, you know, Ox is leaving, you know, one knock again to Jones and injury prone, and you're stuck with injury prone again and no backup. two high quality players to come in there. One that Jurgen Klopp can turn into another world class player if he needs to be. Pacetic in there, Fabinho, Henderson to rotate, Thiago to be there or thereabouts if he's not moved on in the summer. Yeah. Like, with Klopp likes doing his business early because he doesn't like being dealing with, like, he doesn't want to be waiting until August for a player. Not when he's doing his tactics in July. Like, we normally come back around the 7th of July, so it's normally the first game, so they normally get back about a week before or something. So they'll get the whole of June off at this stage, and the whole, I think this is the longest break Liverpool are going to have in a long while. So they need to milk it. I need to pause the stream here now. So. It's 3 weeks. We know the players are getting there. Hopefully. We still got to wait for the. Is the international window the first July, or is that the Premier League window? I think it's the 14th they were saying this year. Then the summer window opens, is it? 14th of June, or is it the 1st of June? Used to be the 1st, but is it next season? Yeah. June 14th. The clubs in England can begin to conduct their business. The window will then close on September 1st. Yeah. Yeah, so June 14th is the official time that they can sign, and then. Let's see. June 14th, Wednesday, June 14th. However, English clubs will only be allowed to sign players from domestic leagues when the international leagues. What? From domestic leagues until July 1st. What? From July 1st, I'm sure they mean. That. Well, Liverpool, Newcastle are already starting to conduct themselves a bit snaky with the owners because they've already found a sponsorship from a company that's from Dubai already. Or wherever the hell they're from. And that company came out of nowhere, so. Yeah. The first 2 seasons. So if not spending the money we need, there'll be no excuse, man. If they don't spend the money we need, there'll be marches. They'll be calling for their head. They'll want them out. It's that simple. There'll be boycotts. There'll be everything. I don't want to see that happening because I'm just after investing in a fucking season ticket. You know what I mean? But Masuaku is leaving West Ham for Besiktas. It's already done deal. See, I was already spinning that in the Champions League football. So I already seen that, yeah. But I'm afraid we'll get priced down on some players. That shouldn't be an issue because we haven't spent it properly in the last few seasons anyway, yeah. Like, this is, it doesn't matter what FSG say, the money should be there. We're releasing a lot of money coming up. And players that we're getting rid of. I can see a few sales as well. Lucas Moura is getting released. Colback is released. Phil Jones. James McArthur and Milojevic is going from Crystal Palace as well. Ashley Barnes is leaving Burnley to go to Norwich. He's in the Championship. In a Beer is coming to Burnley from Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's a handy signing for them. Joe Pedro from Watford for Brighton. What else? Hamid Traore is leaving to go to Sassuolo from Bournemouth. Oh. And yeah. So that's... Should I... Salah going to finish every year they start. He won't go anywhere. Klopp says that so you see what Klopp said. If somebody wants to leave, he'll drive him there themselves and lock the door after him. That's exactly what Klopp means. If somebody wants to leave after not sticking with us in the Champions League, he doesn't want them there. Simple as. This. Okay, so the Premier League transfer window opens on June 10th. What the hell? It says 15th. Yeah. Yeah, this is the 10th of June. This must be an old one. Heard the Robbo rumour during the week as well. Nah, Robbo don't go to fucking Real Madrid. £200 million. Yeah, I take it. If you said to me, because he's like 30 odd now, even if they said 80 or 90 million, I probably wouldn't. But you can't sell him. Like, he's just, he wants to break. He wants all these records broken. He knows he can only break all the rest of these records at Liverpool. He doesn't want to move. He's no interest in moving. What's he going to do? Just go to, he could go to Paris Saint-Germain like Messi did at 37, or he could go to teams like that and still play top level football in about 4 years time, 5 years time, you know. Straight away. No, Seamus is right. We are taking away that because he still scores goals. Like, he's got, I think at this season 28 so far. It's nuts. I mean, remember the time we used to be crying out before we got Torres and all that, and we never had a striker that would score more than 10 in a season. And we were like, when do we ever go? Oh, United always had a 20 goal a season striker. Chelsea have always had a 20 goal a season striker. You know, Arsenal have always had a 20 goal a season striker. With Liverpool, the strikers would barely get up to 15, 16 max, and they'd be always sitting there going, will we have a striker this year that's going to get 20? Now you want it heights. You keep Salah, you would dump on the others. Either take a gamble and selling Jota for 70 million, or you would just move Nunez on if Klopp was ruthless. But I think you give Nunez a second season and watch him go nuts. I think he'll get 30 plus goals in the Premier League next season. He will. Yeah. Okay. Most international deals and free transfers will not go through until July 1st. Okay. In June 14th was the only domestic deals can be officially completed. Okay, so so that's why McAllister and all that can be signed straight away, because domestic teams can be done often before any international teams which is on the 1st of July. So we've got nearly 3 full weeks. 7, yeah, almost 3 full weeks. Well, 2.5 weeks of signing from the Premier League before the international teams can be done. Oh yeah, Gakpo's one of my favourite signings. He's so good in that left-hand side of that midfield, man. I think that's when he needs to be played. I think if Wojciech gains a bit more muscle after he comes back and stuff, I think he can easily take over Fabinho. I think he can be that more of a box-to-box central defensive midfielder. But you don't want to burn him out too, so we would just take a good anchor central defensive midfielder instead of just a central defensive midfielder, because Fabinho is a good central defensive midfielder. When he's on top of his game, he was unbeatable. But now we need somebody who can also retain the ball and create spaces. And that was like Fabinho at his peak for us, but he hasn't been that way since. Hence this will be the new man. Come on. Yeah, come in when needed. That's what I was saying as well, yeah. Mark, I have to agree, to be fair. Yeah, no, I wouldn't take fucking... I don't think Mbappe would suit Liverpool's player, man. It's too individual. You can't give people... Your Neymar's and your Mbappe's and these kind of players will not suit Liverpool at all, because they do what they want to do. And they don't listen to what managers and owners and stuff say to them, because they believe that they're above them. That's just the way they are. The egos are there. There's too much ego there. Unless it wouldn't surprise me if Neymar went to Newcastle. Wouldn't that surprise me at all? Although you might want to stay somewhere hotter. Newcastle's fairly cold there, man. The Wednesday night there, Neymar, bud. You know what I mean? Plus, I think Messi's missed the trick. I have to give Ronaldo one thing. At least he's played in nearly all the big leagues around, you know? Except for Germany. But he's played like in Spain. He's played in Italy. He's played in England. He's played... That's it, no? French is a farmers league. German is a fan run league. I better make that coffee, lads. 2 seconds. Not back on yet, no. I lose that. I think Man to Newcastle. Wouldn't surprise me if he's available. I think Newcastle are going to pick up all these types of players. Wouldn't surprise me if they came in for Jota. Wouldn't surprise me if they came in for Mane. Wouldn't surprise me if they went for Hyun-Min Son or Harry Kane. Wouldn't surprise me at all if they went for that and they completely just started changing up everything. They're going to go for players that are in late 20s, early 30s of that ilk, with experience to mix with youth. Yeah. Yeah, I think you might see a good couple of windows for Newcastle spending now, and then they might shut up when City are done. Yeah, you're very. I think that's. I said that on my own stream a few times. I think City will get away for the next 3 or 4 windows maybe. Then they'll get done. Newcastle might get done for a couple. You know, might get looked at. Chelsea might get done before City are done as well, because they spend a lot of money. Oh, this is kicking off. Play. We see. That just kicked off. That was just like the weirdest kickoff ever. It was so dead. There was no build up to it at all. Let's go down here now. Mind the right time. Show me your time. 17, 18. Yeah. Perfect. It's the right time, lads. I judged that well. Right, lads. Alright. Just have to make that coffee. They'll be right back. Alright. Well, I heard that the whole fucking way. I could hear that, man. All I kept hearing was Sulemano, Sulemano, Sulemano. Bobby, man. Break on. For fuck's sake. That's Gomez. Step into him, Gomez. Step into him, Joe. Why did he step so far back? That's 100% Joe Gomez not stepping into him there. He at least had Simicast covering him. Step in there now, man. We're 2-0 up. We're 3-2 down. This second squad, man, is shocking. The second squad is shocking. That's been cut off. What games that's been cut off? Let me see. Yeah. Shocking. Not the word. Yeah. Oh, that is. Let's go down here. Here we are. Sport, Premier League. Who's that? Brentford, Man City. BS Sports. Everton, Bournemouth now. The 2, Brighton 1. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zip. Spurs 2-0 up. Porro. What's Porro? Being 4. Yeah. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Yeah. Still, I want to see. But like I said that some people were saying the chat we should start the weaker team for the last game of the season. I'm like, nah, just play the lads out of form, give them a game, give the fans something to watch. Yeah. Leeds will low. So they're definitely going down. So Leeds are one team to go down. So it's between Leicester and Everton to go down with them. I can do it. Pedro Porro scores for front. Oh, Jesus. So where's this one now that I was on? Is that back on? No, it's not back on. So I need to go to find a different one. That's what it was. So lads, I've lost this game. Anyway. What's behind me here? Yep. Yep. One press. Fabinho was the only person that was pressing in the middle of that park that time. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Gakpo's coming on. And Elliot's coming on. You're probably going to see Millie coming off. Maybe Bobby coming off. Oh, shit. Luis Diaz is coming on as well. Quadruple change. It's quadruple. Everton missed a sitter. Oh, for us. Come on, man. It's low quality visuals. Well done. But the way they're changing that much, we do need cover in midfield to try and sort out that defense. But what are you going to bring off? Fabinho. What's Jota. Jota should have really offloaded it to Salah there. Salah had one shot. His leg was poised and ready to be whipping it to the opposite corner. Yes. And what? Come what? Oh my god, he scuffed it. Trent's passing has been fantastic. He'd one bad one there when he go and that was it. Yeah. Oh my god. Just left the free. There's near tapping. Oh, well done, Matip. Hold on. That's not a bass pack. A back pass, this is a pass back. Bass pack. Terrible step up in defense. Poor defending. Fabinho's overworked in this midfield at the moment. There's not much you can do about it. So we can't release the ball, man. What? So this Jones is going to come out. Is he going to leave Milly on? Milly's been terrible. What is the score at Everton, lads? Not watching TV at the moment. It's still 0-0, as far as I see, kind of. And it's 1-0 to Leicester. So as it stands, Everton and Leeds are going down. Oh, free. Simicast has gone off, so we're not going with a left back. What's happening here? Is Milly going to left back? Yeah. I'll be honest with you, lads. I think Costas has gone in the summer. Oh yeah, you just said it there, Shim. I don't think so. I think he's gone, man. Fucking stuck to my cup. It only takes up out of a dishwasher and it's nice and clean, but then there could be just like one random bit or something stuck to your cup. And we're apparently looking at that lad at Brighton. Oh, Estepinian. I take him. Klopp said he was staying. Okay. If he's staying, then he's staying. Or maybe Klopp has got priorities. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah. Even the Liverpool supporters and the Southampton supporters are giving him a clap off, Bobby. What is that? Everything goal. Fuck. Dakota. Yes. Henderson's done as well. Thought I heard a roar. Good goal. Yeah, Matthias. Lads were just saying it there. Fair for everything goal, please. Salah. That's if they... It all depends though, really. Bournemouth are more than capable of scoring a goal lately. Gomez. Gakpo. You got Salah. Oh. I'm back there. We're already looking sharper in front of the goal. Lianco again and acting the ball out. What did you get the yellow card for? He put his knee down on top of him. It is that. He puts his knee down ahead of him. He shouldn't be getting the yellow card for that at all. Lianco went down with his knee on top of fucking Gakpo. Lianco should be done for that. Why isn't VAR watching that and protecting that? That's a knee to the back of the head put down on the neck. That's the best thing that could ever happen, Panav, because if they fucking lose the goal late in the game and Leicester still stay 1-0, they're gone down. So let them do that. Let them be celebrated. Everything of this awful habit of pre-celebrating everything. And backfires normally in their face, but they never learned a lesson. Remember this whole fucking conga line with Richarlison thing? Richie lad's gonna stay. All this kind of shit. I'm begging him to stay as well. That's too easy for me now. Gomez, step into the man. Tsimikas is covered there, no? So one of Joe Gomez and Tsimikas should have stepped in. Not one of them stepped in. It's just what happens, man. The terrorists were pre-celebrating. The terrorists were saying it's all done and dusted because it's like their mindset, that's the force that if they celebrate now, it's happening and it's staying with them. You can nearly see it finishing 1-1 in that game, man. Two Armstrongs coming in. The fuck? Lavier's gone off. It's the fella we're linked with. 2-0 Leicester. See, I told ya. Leicester are capable of scoring another goal. They're much more dangerous up front than Everton are. Oh, I think so, Fancy. I think so. Oh, there'll be more goals than this. Oh, that's gonna... We'll score another couple in this game, alright. Just have to be worried about what's going to happen in defence, but... Elianusi. So he must be leaving or something because he's hugging everybody. Yeah, Elianusi. Yeah, get off. John Henson's telling your man to get off the fucking pitch. He's right, because they were trying to push Bobby Firmino off the pitch as well. Nobody gives a shit about Elianusi. He did nothing for Southampton. Yeah, Bournemouth just need a goal. Nice damn Solanke out to head up. That'll be the best 25 million we ever sold him for. Dice will go full defensive now, allowing Bournemouth at them, yeah. He tends to do that, doesn't he? He'll have a fucking... a 5 and a 4 line. As you see, 4-5-1. A 5-5-4-1. Lundy, yes. Like, Diaz, Gakpo. Oh my god, Henderson. Oh my god, Henderson. Goal. 4-2. Henderson. His first touch of the ball gives it to Armstrong. 4-2. I can't understand that at all. I can't understand that at all. I get it, Southampton are trying to get fucking... We've just opened up for them, man. Just poor. We haven't turned up at all. We turned up, scored 2 goals at the start, and the rest of the backline thought it was just going to be an easy day for themselves, and they didn't bother waking up. Yeah. I think if there was 5th place was still up for grabs, I don't think we'd be playing like this today, Shane. To be honest with you. Hey Siri, where I can and they have that. What? Fuck yeah. Did you put into this chat instead of actually talking to Siri? She's conceded 4 goals as well. Poor Henderson. Poor Henderson. Full team would be out. It goes to show how poor some of the cover players are. That's what I'm saying. That was my whole point earlier, Shay. That our team is our cover on the bench now is not good enough. It was a few seasons ago, but it's not now. We haven't managed to survive without Mane and Gini Wijnaldum. I think both big losses for us, but we have players that can go on without them. Don't be weak, Gomez. Well done. Send a text and use a mic for the different words. Yeah. I thought that out. I say brilliant. Elliot. Salah. He's on. Oh, fucking hell. He's off the ball for a second. Come on. It's a great game, like. Right. Ah, shit. One Diaz. Oh, well done, Elliot. Diaz kept running down and backheeled Elliot. He gave it to him too early. Yeah, we're being counter-attacked too easy because this defense is just not good enough. I think Klopp is showing the owners, to be honest with you, by putting this defense in there, what we actually need to replace. This is not good enough for Liverpool Football Club, is what he's saying. And I'm just going to show you whether we win, lose, or draw on this. But I'm going to put him out there. I don't know. I think there's somewhat of a kid. I think they do love the club, whatever. I think there's a disengagement between us and them. But I also think that they're trying to cover their arses now. What's that? Go on. The only I give him props for is that out of all the owners of the clubs that were getting involved in the Super League, they were the only ones to come out and apologise publicly. Go on, Jota. Oh, Connor. Yeah. Just clap the fella is the dude that I trust with all this situation. What he's done for us so far. And he's going. Oh, yeah. Oh, Diaz, that's 4 though. Right? Diaz still hasn't got that strength to pass. And what? And what? Yeah. It's a corner. Should be a corner. What? Not only do we need to replace positions in the first, we need to sort out the bench as well. This has to be a 2-year project. Oh, it is. It's going to be a couple of window project. But it's saying that we do need a good first 11 to 13. There's a corner. Arsenal are 4-0 up on Wolves. Crystal Crystal Palace and I've gotten back a goal against Nottingham Forest. It's Leeds 1, Spurs 2 now. United are 2-1 up on Fulham. Portman nearly scored. Fuck me. 3 Spurs now, is it? Hasn't popped up for me here yet, even in the Premier League app. Yeah, still not updated, yeah. We literally need to score in the next minute or two. If we score in the next minute or two, then I think we'll get into the game. Substitutions have to make an impact. Either Diaz, Gakpo to score. We need a goal ASAP. I think we'll get the next goal, but we need to score in the next couple of minutes because we need a good 18 to 20 minutes worth of pummeling them. Get this. Henderson, ball over the top. Jota. Whoa, Jota. We can't let goalkeeper screwed up there. Well done. Salah. Diaz in the middle. Gakpo, Harvey Elliott. No. Oh. Jesus. Yeah, it's 3-1. The Spurs note showing up in the when they tap into it. Yeah, it goes. Get in there. Salah, get deeper. Gakpo, get in there deeper. Matip. Goes. Elliott. Just get in there, tap it in. Gakpo! I just said it, and I'll score in the next minute or two. Cody Gakpo, 4-3. I said it on Diaz or Gakpo after really start pulling their socks up and score. Yeah. 4-3, lads. Get in. Get in. Shouldn't fucking capitulate either. I'd say no, let's go and just fucking score again straight away. Don't let it loose. If we go now, like we score in the next minute or two again, just get it out of the way, then the game is off for the rest of the thing. Otherwise, we leave it go the next 7 or 8 minutes, we'll just capitulate. We might nick a draw, but if we have to go to win it, we have to score now. Another fucking goal now. Straight away, like, Southampton will go to shit, like. Once you score against them, they go to shit. 4-3. Seriously. Oh, he kept it in. Beautiful. Go on, Salah. Jota. Salah. Jota's through on goal again. Jota! It's 4-all! I just said it! Oh, yes, get in! 4-all, lads. I just said it, score in the next 2 minutes again. Literally just said if we score again straight away because they'll just fall asleep. Fucking hell, lads. Score another 2 there, Liverpool, before we finish. What the fuck? Alright, so how you doing? Arsenal 4, thing in the, it's not even updated. That score's not even updated on mine still says 4-2. Southampton and Liverpool. I have to redo that. Yeah, Spurs 3-1 now showing up in that. Leicester 2-0. Everton 1-0. 1-0. Yeah, it's all the same now. Brilliant. Got it in the latter. Hat-trick for Jota last game of the season. That'd be great. But Jota's supposed to take over from kind of Mane in a way. And Mane used to love 2 goals in the final game of the season. Well, of course it's a goal. Jota got it in the latter. That's like something Dave would say. Henderson. Gakpo. A minute and 10 seconds between both goals. I said, lads, if we score before Gakpo scored within the next minute or two, I said because we're just piling on the pressure there and we just don't concede. I said they'll capitulate. That's it. Juan Salah. Salah. Harvey Elliott. Great cross. Yes. Any updates to scores, lads? No. Trent. No goal from Bournemouth. Elliot! Jesus. Brentford and Man City are 7-0. You ripped it off for Dave, yeah. He's the king of the rhymes, alright, Dave, isn't he? Or the puns, I should say. The obvious puns is what they call it. I love Dave. Anytime he says my name, I'm on the web. It's amazing how many people mistake my name for being about Spider-Man. It's weird. My name has nothing got to do with Spider-Man. I had the nickname Spider because I had massive arachnophobia when I was a kid upwards. And when I was in the Navy, the lads just gave me the nickname Spider because of how scared I was of spiders. I would see spiders about 8 times the size. So, come on, lads. Come on, know that. Chelsea Newcastle still 1-1. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. Sake Bournemouth really scored a goal. Livramento. Handy player as well. I don't think he'll stay. Is he on loan though? From Chelsea, isn't he? Is he another one that's on loan from Chelsea? Bidding farewell. He's finished now, is he? Walcott. Where's Walcott going? He signed from Chelsea, okay. Gone on loan. Corner for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ball comes in. Matip, no. Diaz. And Elliot. Brilliant. Out goes again to Trent. Shoot it, Trent! Oh, handball! No! Diaz took the ball in the back post. Leave it. Oh my god, if Matip left it for Elliot was swinging it. I used to get called Spider when I was a kid because when I was climbing things and that also. We used to spend our lives living on trees. Should have been called monkey, but I don't even. If it was a girl that liked to climb trees, you'd call her monkey. If it was a guy, you wouldn't. You'd call him a spider or a spider monkey, that's what they call me. Elijah Gift. Yeah. Go on, Jota. Jota for a hat-trick, go on. Ah, come on. Oh man, I looked at 1-1 just above Everton's name and it's fucking Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Come on. And I can look at that scores no anymore because I want it to be surprised. What? It's got brilliant. Then Diogo. And so, well done, Harvey. It's a free advantage over there. It's not yet. It's just advantage. Alright. All over the top, Salah. Oh, Salah! Oh! Oh, he couldn't control it. It was half a control. I don't think it's a full meant shot. West Ham have a goal back. Somewhere after the clubs agree to deal for 16. That's weird that Bilbao are buying players outside their city. They normally only develop and only bring players in from their... unless was Elijah Gift originally from that way? Because I think they only buy players in it, or they only create players from or buy players from Bilbao or something. 16-year-old, unless it's a youth system. But yeah, it was a heavy touch that did it. Almost. Running down the wings. Oh shit. I know what the deal here. Philip Schofield memes are flying around the place. They were saying when Philip Schofield's asked who he wants in the who he'd like to get in the Champions League, he's holding up a sign with the Champions League thing coming out of the hat, as they call it, out of the ball, saying young boys. They're pushing, yeah. Oh, Bobby, yeah. Go on, Salah. Oh. Go on, Trent. Oh my God, he bailed off his back. That's why I'm getting shot after shot here now. Go on. Looped. Diaz. Oh. Gakpo's whip it. Jesus, lads. How can none of you whip it to a top corner? I don't understand, Joe. Joe. Jesus Christ, Joe. Joe, that's too weak. Step in. Jesus Christ. Joe Gomez is shocking, man. I laugh that. Oh, the Philip Schofield. Yeah. Sick, man. We're getting shot after shot here. Got. Great ball. Diaz. Oh. More. Oh. Oh my God. If Brighton score, Spurs get 7th. They don't deserve 7th. Villa deserve 7th. Spurs with all the money they've spent are shocking. He was all about building the stadium, getting more revenue into display for players, and then he's getting nobody. A load of loanees that he ends up having to buy because of the deals he's made with the clubs. And if I was an owner of a club, man, I would trust my scouting department that had been at it for fucking 30 or 40 years, man. I wouldn't be just buying who I would assume I would need, that big money would need to be bought for. What? Oh no! Well done. Jesus Christ almighty, Trent. Yeah. That's right. You know, because managers don't trust the owner. It's a great ball. Go on, Elliot. Ah, that's poor, Elliot. Elliot, that's fucking poor, man. Just take a shot. Well done. Tipped it over the top, well done. Down to Trent. Loads of room, Trent. Loads of room. Go on. Oh! Oh, Salah was there for a tap in. He's not going to get the full-time position, I think. What's it called? They turned him down, didn't they? The fine art manager or something. What is that fella? Nobody wants to go to Spurs, man, unless they're out of work. Rafa Benitez or something. What is he? Is he doing something now? Brentford wind up the City. I expected that. I said that. City are already on holidays, man. They probably have Parker and all the, what was his name? Palmer and all these boys on the pitch, I'd say. Oh yeah, that was a great header across from. It's a great header out, lads. Trey, oh Diaz. Oof. Well done, Cody. Gapo! Ramsey, like, he'd be a handy player, but I think I think we're overrun in that position, in that left hand side. You already have a Diaz and a Nunes to play there, and a Jota to play there. And we have a Carvalho in the number 10 role that we don't even use. It'd be nice to have, but we just can't buy him to have the sake of all of them. We're not like City that can have three of them in each position. Yeah. Yeah. And they're taking the next fucking wins the Champions League final. Middle 2 weeks time, and then after the season ends. Yeah, they're having a break and doing their prep work. They're going to be watching everybody's injuries. Like, I didn't expect us to start with a weaker team this game because we have nothing to play for. So you could just bang them out there on Saturday 2 weeks. What's the Saturday one, yeah? What's this 3? Oh, from yesterday, is it? FA Cup next weekend, yeah. Is he saying he's tapping them all end of the season, so that's him saying goodbye, it's James Ward-Prowse. He's definitely going to end up in the Premier League. Yeah. Because Elanusi was going off the pitch and Jordan Henderson was pushing him off. What the fuck did you do? James Ward-Prowse goes off and Henderson's slapping him off. You know? Henderson recognises good talent. Man, what is that? Says alright to myself. Yeah. Arsenal are 5-0 up and Wolves, it seems. Salah. Has to be snapped up if they go down. Yeah. I like Harvey Barnes. Sit. Time run with it, Elliot. Go on. Diaz. Grip ball. Oh, Henderson with a volley. Madison would be an easy snap up. Whether he suits our style of player or something, I don't know. Is he a workhorse? Is he what? What kind of wages would he expect? I wouldn't take him on for anything more than fucking 90 grand, to be honest with you. Is he a free transfer? That's it. Oh. Well done, Harvey. Go back down, Henderson. Go back, Henderson. There's 2 players got ahead, yeah? Fucking hell, man. Madison could end up in Newcastle. That's what I think. I think all of these players are going to be top quality. Tielemans could end up in Newcastle. Madison, one of them could end up in Newcastle. Go on, Salah. Oh, you get him across. Oh, Mike, why is nobody at the back post? He has used to be in there sliding in, man. Oh, it's going to throw it. So Leeds are 100% going down at this stage now. I don't think Madison was suicidal. I think he's used Newcastle. Excuse me, lads. Oh! Salah. I sneeze and I come back. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking Bournemouth can sneak it near the end, man. Oh, yeah, he's left it. No, he's... Yeah, sorry, I've got hay fever. It's like a hay fever cold. It's not even really cold, it's just hay fever. I need to take some ZANDT. Oh, right foot, man. If he'd a toe poked it rather than fucking side footing it, it was a goal. Yeah. Take some ZANDT now because I'm gigging on Saturday as well, so I want all this gone by this week. Seven minutes added on. Oh yeah, go on, start that. Have you late? Good ballish. Yeah, yeah, this is a good ball. Salah's getting it. Yeah. Salah. Oh. Harvey. Millie. Love to see Millie get the winner. Salah's not the other goal, but still, Millie. I said brilliant, Millie. Millie's been a lot more comfortable since Jones went off. Ten minutes of added time in the Everton game. We could finish this and watch that game. Yeah. Yeah. So, mine is well won by Gakpo. Out to Salah. That's the counter attack so much so lovely. And more. Oh my god, Mo, how many chances are you gonna get? I thought that was sinking at the top corner. You just can't bend it. Holy shit. Somebody said something about goal in the background there. This. The light. There's Solanke more than Liverpool, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So Salah keeps getting a load of space on that side, man. And what? Oh, yeah. Oh, the keeper corner. Full time between Crystal Palace and Forest. It's the first full time of the afternoon. It's finished 1-1. Must be fuck all happening in that game. Brentford 0 or 1, Man City 0. That just finished there now as well. So 2 games that have finished. Brentford 1, Man City 0. Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Or 1, sorry. Oh, man. Milly. Diaz. And so, and what? That's it. That's it. Brilliantly laid off. Go on, take a shot, Hendo. No. Man, we're like... Yeah, oh my god, man, a keeper. Every time it looks like it's going to be nodded in by somebody. What the fuck? Oh, I'm a shit. Oh, well done, Keller. Jesus Christ. Pickford with a super save. Fuck Pickford, man. I hate him. No, it's not a corner. When he tried to play it out, he played off him, went out. If 10 minutes, that. Yes, isn't he? Finish between Chelsea and Newcastle 1-1. Go. What? Move in, yes. Oh, Jesus, what? Finished Arsenal 5, Wolves 0. Finished Man United 2, Fulham 1. Did that cement? Yeah, that means United finished above Newcastle. No matter what. Into third. Newcastle get fourth. Villa have 7th. Well done. Yeah. They do, yeah. Is that finished as well, is it? What? Whoa! Ah! Harvey. Let it cross. Joe Gomez. Go Gomez! Oh my god, he's never got a goal. It's just looking like it's going to finish 4-4, lads. Better than 4-2 anyway. Yeah, Villa finished 2-1. And whip it in. It's going to blow it up. 4-4. That's finished. Straight on to the other game, lads. There we go. 95th minute for me on this. We stop this time. Leicester's finished 2-1 against West Ham. Spurs 4-1 and Leeds. Yeah, Lucas Moura in his final game for Spurs gets a goal in the 95th minute. So Leeds 100% gone, which we all kind of thought that anyway. And it's literally down to Everton and Bournemouth, which it says 7 gone here, but I'm not going to look at this. So I want to see what happens in the last 2 minutes. Because I've got, it's time on 95, 40, 49 here, 50, so I know it's in the 97th minute at the moment. What? Jesus, Brentford only finished a point. Like, literally 3 points off 6th. Brentford finished. It's nuts. They could have had Europa League. Alright, get off this shit. I want to see what's going on here on this game. Still like 3 minutes left. Come on. I'm not watching what's going on here, lads, in the chat. I'm not seeing it. I'm not watching it. I don't want it to be spoiled this time. I want to watch the last 5 minutes in oh yeah, keep it talking about Liverpool. I don't mind. Yeah. Billing, is it? Man, that's it. Great flick on. Go on, run. He's going to kick it right out. So it's already, I know it's already finished where I am, but I don't know what's going on. So I'm on 98, 28, whatever it is. So I don't know what's going on. I can't see the chat either, lads. I've got the screen blocked a second. So Leeds relegated, Southampton relegated. So I mean, he's even saying it now. 70 successive seasons at top. There's no cohesion in this game. It's all daft clearances and... Yeah, that's it. Everton survive. They're fucking celebrating like they won a trophy. That's the levels, lads. That's the levels. Yeah. That's the levels, lads. They're lucky bastards, man. How'd they get away with it? It's a massive fall from grace for Leicester. Massive. I don't think it's gotten any worse as ever. Yeah. It's just another season done and dusted. Yeah, done and dusted, lads. Loads of fucking shit to talk about during the summer. Once we'll do the odd couple of shows now for the next couple of weeks as we're going over, and then when the transfer window season starts, we'll be coming on with just loads of stuff. So, which is good. And I'll be over as well with Jack and all the lads from the 16th of June. Yeah, I'm there for a few days with Jack and the lads. So that should be good crack. So we might even organise something where we all meet up or something like that and have a few bevies or something. And yeah. And get a bunch of lads together or something like that and have a bit of crack. That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said about levels. Levels. The you know, the money that you spent, they are jamming up. Sean Dyche is good at what he does, you know. When he brings them in, he gets them defensively better anyway, at least. Big Sam couldn't do it. Is that the second time now Sam was after getting relegated? He was the manager, was never relegated. No, he's after being relegated twice, right? There's a yay and an A for it. Anyway, Mark, I think. There's a yay and an A. That's a good goal, yeah. Still not. For me, though, Henderson is tired in this team. I'd always have him in the squad. He's just like another James Milner who can go in there if you see. He needs a good summer off. I think Henderson can go back stronger next season, but he's tired at the moment. He needs the longest break along with Van Dijk as anybody else in the squad. They need breaks. Salah next day after that. Just give the lads a long fucking summer's break. Let them relax. Let them recuperate. Let them get their energy back. And is Ramadan finished for Salah as well? Because we know when he's on fasting and stuff like that as well, he can slow down at this time of year. He's tired, man. He's tired. He's been doing a lot of work for the last few seasons. He still has it there, Shay. I do believe that Henderson still has it in the tank, but I just think he's had too much. Like he's done the long season last season. He started most of the games this season. The good thing is that he's been injury free compared to what he used to be a few years back. And then he went to a World Cup as well, where he was probably England's best midfielder in that World Cup when he came on. You know, and yeah, I don't know. I just think he's been given too much to do in the last couple of seasons. At his age, it's not there's no way anybody can keep it up. You know, no bloody way. And you can see that in Milner. If Milner didn't have the season that he had last season, and playing this and needed as much as he was, he'd have legs as well. But he's got years. He's got 3 or 4 years on Henderson. 4 years on Henderson as well. So 5 even. 5 years on Henderson. So that'll tell you, like, there's still a good 2 seasons left in Hendo yet. There is. Yeah. Yeah, McAllister likes to drift to that left though, doesn't he? So this is what I'm worried about. I like to see Gakpo playing on that left going forward, and McAllister if he can adjust to the right. But he can play on any of them, I suppose, McAllister. So I think McAllister is Henderson's replacement, to be honest with you. I that's what I 100% think. I think they're very similar players in what they can do, but it's I think I'd like to see, if it's Fabinho's going to sit in the centre or Bajcetic or something like that, I'd like to see Gakpo on the left hand side of that midfield and McAllister if he's coming in on the right hand side of that midfield. I'd have no problem with that. If you're rotating with Thiago and Bajcetic and maybe Curtis Jones if he can play it, then that's an improvement on what we already have, which is available players and not injury prone players. And I take it from there and then get another maybe English based midfielder, because I do think we'll go for a couple of English players before the window shuts, because we're going to need them. McAllister's going to be one, and whether we go for Mount I don't know, but we're good up front. I don't think we're too top heavy. Trying to be great to move into that position as a forward midfielder, and then buy a right back that can play centre back also or something. Or ideally, I like. You see the difference is I like Gomez at right back. I think he does a good job at right back. So if you converted him on the right hand side of, let's say, Kanate in the middle and a Van Dijk on the left hand side, I think you got a ready-made system that can play an alternative 3 at the back. Which is weird. I know it's weird to see the big up Gomez, but he's better at right back than what he is as a centre back. He is a liability, you're right. He very much is. But as centre back, I think he's been fairly faultless when he has played right back. I think he's had one bad game at right back. But now we've no cover with Millie leaving. We haven't got that kind of player that can move between all the positions and cover. Millie can play left back, right back, midfield. You know, he's defensive midfield. Feel like we have no player that's like that. So we need a transversal player. Yeah. Centre back and right back. Yeah, or Gavardial even. You can play centre back and right back. I think we need these ilky players. I really do. I think we need a versatile player. I need a player that's not just suited to one player. Which we marked the last time everything came to Anfield, they trashed locals, pubs. Sprayed over LFC murals outside my house, throwing rocks and bricks at LFC fans. They're scumbags. We know that. We already know this. Bitterness can create scumbagness. I think so. Like, if it's done and dusted and the club say yes and the Premier League say it's okay to announce. We announced Gakpo before the window. We announced Van Dijk before the window. I see no reason why they can't announce McAllister fairly soon. If the deal is done between, like, it's supposed to be already agreed. All the personal terms are supposed to be agreed between the player. It's just the clubs to finalise the deal, really. Yeah, he could be announced that he's coming. And once you get that announcement out of the way, everybody will forget about it. And then this is the thing about Liverpool signing players too early. Then they have a whole summer to deal with everybody's fucking pushing them. You know what I mean? Everybody's just going to push them for the signings that we have. It's a bit too bright, my eyes. Yeah. Oh, a couple of shades. Yeah, it's a bit better. I think everybody's just going to be pushing them in, to be honest with you. I don't see why now. Why would he win his dad's position? He's ideally suited to Liverpool to come in and play that style of football. Ideally suited. He presses, he tracks. Wouldn't surprise me, Shay. Would not surprise me. But Klopp highly rates Carvalho, and he sees him as one for the future. I know we hear that a lot, but we heard the same about Trent, and he turned out to be one for the present now. So, and he was one for the future. Curtis Jones is still a good squad member when he comes in. And the good thing about Jones is that he's lost that holding onto the ball too much. Once he's lost that, I'm kind of happy. I think he can develop as a player now from there. Wojciech is a good find. Great find, actually. I'd like to see Musalowski, if he's ever staying in the fucking squad, to get a check. That dude can fucking run with the ball like nobody else I've seen. He just needs to be given a chance in the first team squad. I don't know why he's not. Maybe they're trying to keep his ego at check or turn him back. I don't know. Sometimes you can hinder a player by just not letting him play football just because it doesn't suit your outcome, really. Understand that dude's comment. He put in Liverpool, but he's got a Liverpool logo. I like George towards the end of the season. He does press well in the midfield, but as I haven't losing the ball, he does. Well, if he doesn't have the cover in there, Jones needs help. That's the thing about Jones. He was always a player that could hold on to the ball for a bit, but then he would cause most of the trouble. And it was what it was worth. His trouble was releasing the ball at the right times. I've always said that. He was able to hold on to. Now that he's not holding on to as much, he's doing pressing and then trying to track and release. Then, if he hasn't got the help to do it in there, then he has to try and avert his mindset back to the way he did play. But he has to have a balance on both sides of that. And he hasn't gotten that yet. He hasn't got that balance where when he can hold the ball longer or when he can release it longer. Because at the start he was holding it on too long, causing more hassle. Then now he's tracking, winning the ball back and releasing it okay, but then when he needs to hold on to it or getting stuck into a corner, he's having trouble. But he's probably one of the most capable players in the team to do that. Yeah. Oh, that's going to happen now. Like, I mean, we've already got Wojciech in there. Let's call that. So we've got let's try to do it, lads. While we're here, we'll have a look at who are potentially available for Liverpool or midfielders right now. We look at midfielders. Okay, no. Available players. So let's have a look at these, right? I'm going to move this over here so I can read it on this side. No, manage, confirm choice. Let's get out of here. Alright. So the players that are available this summer, right? Let me pull up your chat now. Who should stay or who should go? I think, personally, if you're not going to convert Gomez into a right back, he's got to go. I know Elliott's in there, he's one for the future. Is he ever going to get to the level? I don't know. He needs to build himself up a bit more. I think Carvalho needs to do the same. I think they're two weakest players at the moment. I think some of Elliott's passing is just on the hit all the time. And Elliott's just not getting, or Carvalho's just not getting a chance. And I love Elliott. I think he's going to be a great footballer. I just think he's out of his comfort zone in the position that he's playing. And we're playing him wrong. So he mightn't suit our style just because of that. Darwin Núñez, I think, will hit the ground running next season. I think he'll score. I think Gakpo off of him. I think Jota can play along in his part there if he's not gone. If you're going to try and make money to get a top quality centre back and a top quality midfield, a second top quality midfield, because we're already getting McAllister, I think, and maybe a right back or something like that, I think then you're looking at selling somebody like Jota. The Diaz level, yeah. Once Diaz gets his strength fully back up, he's game by game he's getting better. Anyway, these are the players that are available so far. The top 20 anyway that they're putting down on the list here. Skriniar for Milan is available. I don't know. Messi, nobody's going to take him. Karim Benzema is actually out of contract at the end of the season, but they're saying that they might trigger his 1 year release clause extension. Thuram for Mönchengladbach. Indica is a fella I'd like to. Oh, he's reached an agreement with Roma, hasn't he? Yeah. Won't need too much. Kids don't won't need too much now. No, they won't. Rabiot is a good backup option to bring in for a midfield. You know, he's played at the top level for a good few years now, you know. I think on the Klopp he can do a lot better because there is a footballer in there, but he's notoriously, his mother's a notorious asshole with regards to him and his property. Yeah, he can play an extra year, Benzema, and then still go for the next 2 seasons or so to America. He can play right up until he's 40 over there. Tielemans, not somebody I want. He won't do the job there. Kamada, AC Milan, though, I think we're in for them. Borussia Dortmund's another one in for him. Lema, Leipzig. Chelsea Liverpool might be being linked with the Austrian midfielder who is considered something of a pressing machine. Of course, he will join Bayern because he's a German. He's based in Kamada is good. So Chelsea, Liverpool, and Bayern have all been linked with him, but normally when Bayern gets linked with another German team, they're normally gifted that. They're normally given that player. Zaha, we won't need somebody like him. Gundogan, I think he's talking to Barcelona and all that, but I know that Man City wanted to extend his contract for another 2 years. I actually want to see him gone because I think he's a nightmare for us when he plays against us. Him and Bernardo Silva, which I think is going to go anywhere. Was he going to go? Asensio is a free thing, but nah, doesn't suit our play. He's linked with Arsenal and Aston Villa though. Bobby. So it's Barcelona or Inter Milan is where Robbie's going to go, but I think it's Barcelona, isn't it? Guerrero. So he's the starting left back, but he's decided not to renew. So there's a left back that could come in. Newcastle and Spurs though have been linked with him. N'Golo Kante. 3 seasons to get to win the World Cup. Barcelona have been linked. Rami Bensebaini. He's going to Gladbach to Dortmund. 5 years after joining a free transfer. You're gonna move again. So Lille, Bamba, Jonathan Bamba. Any relation to the Bamba that used to play for Blackburn? Inigo Martinez, if I was going to join Barcelona after 5.5 years at the Bilbao. Cruz, he's going to stay. I've heard he's getting a new contract. We get so I need. Okay, so out of contract in 2023. Let's have a look. Tielemans, Zaha, going to one we said. Kante, Firmino, Soyuncu. Nah, he can go. Chiesa, Lucas Moura. Yerry Mina is out of contract at Everton. Geez, that'd be funny if you brought somebody like Yerry Mina across to be a backup. David De Gea, did he sign a new contract? But he's out of contract in this summer anyway. Adama Traore is gone from Wolves now. Jesse Lingard is finished with Nottingham Forest now. Lanzini's finished with West Ham. Ox, we know. Koufal is finished with West Ham. I think De Gea will sign an extension, yeah. Nelson for Arsenal. Diogo Costa's gone. Diego Costa, we're missing Diogo. So used to saying Jota now. Tuanzebe's gone from United. So that was the Premier League ones. La Liga, Benzema is out. Asensio is out. Obviously, Benzema and Cruz are going to sign new contracts. Martinez is going to go to Barcelona, I think. Matt Doherty, who's at fucking Atletico Madrid, by the way, is out of contract. Diogo Costa, okay. Luka Modric, Real Madrid is out of contract. Is he going to get an extension or is he just going to leave? Ceballos for Real Madrid is out of contract. Fernandez at Real Madrid. Nacho. I like Nacho, man. Do you know what? Nacho, if you want an experienced player to come in, like a Milner type deal, and come in and do the job that he kind of did, but a few years younger, then Nacho is definitely that player who can play a bit in the who can play in the midfield defensively, who can play at left back and who can play at right back. Nacho's a person I would take in for cheapest chips. You're talking 67 to 80 grand a week. In 1,000 in euros, I should say. So about fucking 55,000 a week. Similar to what replace James Miller's money with somebody like him. Yeah, Nacho would be a great one to come in though, man. With all that experience, like he fucking pocketed Salah, man. He did. And Busquets is out. Good days? Oh, no, Mania, good day. Okay. Sevilla. David Silva's out. He's gone from Real Sociedad now. What way is he playing these days? Adriano Diaz. No, out of all that list there now is Nacho that I would see that could work with Liverpool. You know, you see a player and you say he would work with us. Not just because he's fucking Modric or whatever, because he mightn't work with us. But you know a player that's going to work with us, somebody who works their arse off. So Skriniar, we know is going to, even though he said he was willing to, he's joining PSG already. Yeah, he must be. Rabiot is another one, man, that you could probably pick up and just have as a midfield cover in Liverpool. But as I said, his mother's notoriously a bitch to deal with. Andrea Bellotti, Stefan de Vrij. Is that it there? Di Maria, no. Chris Smalling. Take Chris Smalling, lads, would you? No. Gagliardini for Inter. He's buying trouble, yeah. He is buying trouble. Why did my camera keep flashing like that? Makes no sense. I have to check my my drivers. Edin Dzeko is still fucking playing. What the hell? Quadrado is still playing. He's finished at Juventus finally. And Danovic for Inter is finished. Nemanja Matic at Roma is finished. I forgot he went there. El Shaarawy. Jesus, man. That dude is still at Roma. So Ward-Prowse wouldn't be bad. So he's not too bad of a player, man. You know, he does press and he does play well. He's just, yeah, I don't know where he would. I don't know where he'd be. He got the Spurs. Probably end up at Brentford or something like that. Or yeah, he could end up at Brighton even. If McAllister goes, you know. GTG, thanks for the stream. All the great works by the thanks, have a great day all. Thanks, Mark. See you, bud. Appreciate that. Pereira. Udinese, Ibrahimovic is still playing at Milan. Jesus, yeah, I forgot about that. The Ambrosio, Pedro at Lazio, but when he going somewhere? Bundesliga expiring contract. So now Thuram I would take it from Gladbach. I would take him. And Dickus must already have a contract with somebody. Kamada I would take at Frankfurt. I know Lemar is joining Bayern on July 1st. Ben Sibiani, no, Daily Blind is at Bayern. Is he at Bayern Munich? No, I thought he was at Ajax. Or was he? Did he go to Bayern Munich and then went on loan to Ajax? It is, yeah, it is. We should know. I mean, I'm looking at him. Mohamed Dahoud is joining. I think he's. Didn't he go to? Isn't he going to Brighton? I know I heard something about that, about Dahoud joining Brighton, which is why I was thinking, just no, they wouldn't be looking for that. So Dahoud is coming into Brighton, which means that they're expecting McAllister to leave. Alright, so Messi's contract is out, but he's going to Roma, I know that. Dahoud before, yeah, I remember that, but he's never hit the heights. You know, he'll be coming into Brighton and he could probably do a good job there, but Brighton will bring in that and he'll be a squad player. But he's not a good enough squad player for Liverpool. Dahoud isn't. He's not. Moussa Dembele. Jesus. Ross Barkley's at Nice. What? Sergio Ramos at PSG. You can go frick off after that. Can't stand him. Alexis Sanchez at Marseille. He's finished. Kolasinac. Jesus, remember him at Arsenal. Aaron Ramsey's at Nice as well. Jesus, how many of them are at Nice? Boateng was at Lyon. Oh. Nah, I regretted more that Gini Wijnaldum left, not Emre Can. He was never good enough for Liverpool. Gamiro is there, Strasbourg, and he's leaving. How old is he now, though? There's a lot of players. So I'm just going to put in a system that I think is going to... yeah. It's a lesser league, yeah. You know, it's a way lesser league. Let's see. Who is this? I'm not watching this. Reading this shit. Just pop this off. What the fuck is that? Oh yeah, reject all. There you go. So Gravenberch, I think Bayern Munich are going to do a deal with him, right? Keep him there. Vega could be a good shout as well as Celta Vigo. He's only 20 years of age as well. He would fit Klopp's purpose really well. Yeah, he could be a good player. Vega could be worth the punt, man. You could get him fairly cheap. I think less than 40 million euros. So what's that, about 33.5 million pounds or something? You get him for. Vega would be a show for Vigo. I like him. Otavio, I wouldn't take him too much. Yeah, Cockwood from Feyenoord would be a nice one as well. But forget McAllister and that's not going to happen. And we need more of a defensive minded midfielder with regards. Vega, yeah. Wirtz was another player I was looking at last season to come in. I wouldn't mind, not the Fofana you're thinking of, no, lads, but I wouldn't mind Chouameni's replacement at Monaco. What is the other fella's Fofana's name? Probably Yusuf, is it? Is it Yusuf? Is it? Is it Yusuf? Yusuf. Oh, okay, so it's Yusuf. Okay, so I was getting it right. If you're going to have a player that's going to be tackling midfielder, man, and he's only 25 million as well. He replaced I knew that he replaced Chouameni. And he won 119 tackles from the midfield. Like, actually, one-on-one tackles. That's not even interceptions, right, like that, last season. Monaco, they haven't had a great season, but he's been doing really well with them. I think if you want to get in that ilk of player and you want somebody who's strong, he's not injury prone, and he's young, and he's only 24 years of age, he's a perfect prime person to come in home and challenge Fabinho, to be honest with you. I would take Yusuf Fofana. Yeah, 100%. You see, have a look. 2 goals, 2 assists to his name. He'll see a lot more than that with Liverpool. 8 matches, French Cove, 2 red cards, 2 yellow cards. League One. Throwing that back. If you're getting red cards in France, you're definitely. Are they brothers? They're not brothers, no, they're not. Fucking I was making sure of that. So yeah, if I had my ideal guys to come in, and the likes of your Chouameni, is like if Bellingham goes to Real Madrid, they're gonna have to get rid of somebody. They're not re-signing Toni Kroos. They're not re-signing Modric at the same time if Bellingham goes to Real Madrid. I guarantee you that now. There's no way Kroos or Modric are sitting on the fucking bench if Bellingham comes in. And do they cash in on Chouameni? If they do, who's going to buy him? Who's going to have the money to buy him? Will City buy him if they still have their lads still sitting in the midfield? No. They weren't even in for him last season. Doesn't suit their style of player. Newcastle could. That's what you're looking at. So they're going to try to make the money up for some somewhere. Like like Camavinga's going to want to start. Chouameni's going to want to start. And Bellingham are going to want to start in that midfield. The other 3 lads that are going to want to start in that midfield come next season for Real Madrid. And if Modric and Kroos are still sitting there and they're still pandered to by that, none of these boys are going to be happy to sit there and just play. So one of them is going to have to leave out of Camavinga and Chouameni. If Bellingham's coming in. Valverde, I forgot about that. Valverde is another player you could take. Didn't we put in a late bid for him before we got Ayrton Miller in the window last season? But I think because of getting in McAllister, that Valverde is not happening now. So we need a defensive midfielder. And that's why I'd say we go for Yusuf Fofana. He's got the traits that we need. Because I think we're in the market. I know that they might stay at United, but they're still on the market for a goalkeeper. They really are. But yeah, but Chet is more of an anchor player. I think he's going to rotate because I think he's better suited to where Thiago plays. I think Thiago's been teaching him what to do as well because he knows he's not going to be there forever. He's been teaching him his turns. He's been teaching him his movement. I like how Bajcetic can tackle, but I think Bajcetic would be far more superior as an anchor, box-to-box type midfielder that can cover a central defensive midfielder. I think he's ready-made, suited to that because he's good on the ball, but he can also throw in a tackle or two. Yeah, Valverde knocked us back and well, fuck him then. You know, you say no to Liverpool and then you're sitting on the bench for fucking Real Madrid, then you're done, really. season or whatever, he's getting injured. Like, he is. And Klopp might even look to move him on, man, because what is he now, 32, 33? 33, something like that. So yeah, Klopp might even look to move him on. Like, there's all this talk about fucking Bobby leaving and all that, but I mean, we can't talk about players that are still under contract that haven't been sold yet, which is why they're not getting send-offs, you know? At least with the lads, they're getting send-offs, and deservedly so. But, look, we know that how poor Keita's and Ox's injury record have been, but it's no doubt that they've played some good part in the team over the last few seasons in what they've done. With regards, Ox had a brilliant season for that Champions League campaign before he got injured in the Roma game, which is a shame really, because he was probably one of our best players that season. He was outstanding. Naby Keita's come in a few times and had brilliant games against United, Atletico Madrid, these kind of things, and he's done so kind of like Jordan Shaqiri really, in a way, that he's kind of been in there and involved in some big games and big results and stuff like that without ever really making an impact that will just leave it some sort of little cult status. But it can't, because I mean, cult status for us is Divock Origi. Jordan Shaqiri is kind of a cult status. Gini Wijnaldum is kind of a cult status. These other lads kind of don't. They just play their part, really. So indeed, he will be a good one. Yeah, I think he's, with him gone, Leicester are going to get fleeced. Let's call a spade a spade. Leicester are going to get absolutely decimated. Daka will leave. Vardy's going to go down to a different club. They'll want to release his wages going into the Championship. They're not going to want to keep him on big money. The players that are on big money now, that don't have the legs anymore or don't have the ability, the leeway to say, right, we're going to they have to sell. So Maddison is one of them. I can see him going to Newcastle. Soyuncu's already leaving the club. Indeed, he is one I would take. Patson Daka, he'll end up going to, who needs a striker? Brighton need a striker, don't they? They've got fucking, what's his name in there? What's his name? They've got, what's his name? A fucking ex-United striker in there. He could stay and take a pay cut, or he could just go to another Championship side that he believes are going to bounce back up. You know, it wouldn't be surprising me if you see Jamie Vardy go to like a Blackburn or something like that, or someplace we can get a game. But I mean, they use youth as well, so maybe not them. Where would he end up? Middlesbrough, maybe? He's up that neck of the woods. So, Sheffield United. You could easily see Vardy at the Sheffield United. So yeah, so you've packaged. Let me have a look. Leicester squad. So let's look at who's going to get fleeced, right? That's another way to look about it. Leicester squad, right? Harvey Barnes is not staying. Jeremy Vardy is going to another Championship club. He's not coming back to the Premier League. James Maddison will go to the Premier League. Soyuncu's already leaving. Then plays Mendy. No idea. Danny Ward, he could probably end up staying now that they're in the Championship. Amarte, Yuri Tillemans will leave. He won't stay there. Kelechi Iheanacho might leave. There's players that, like, wouldn't surprise if you see an Iheanacho at West Ham. Somebody like that. You can probably see Yuri Tillemans at West Ham. Or Newcastle. I don't think Newcastle would take on both Maddison and Tielemans. Not when they have Guimaraes and Joe Linton and Almiron. I know they're going to upgrade from these players, but is Tielemans really an upgrade on any of those players? No, not at the moment. He's not. So 15 more here. Johnny Evans, he's probably end up retiring or something, or going to a Championship club. Indeed, he is one player that would interest me as cover. Player is going to Leo Castagna. Now, Castagna is one that you could see being a cover for a good side, or coming in to a mid-table side. Patson Daka is that, so he. Yeah, like Brighton needs strikers. Danny Welbeck, that's what I was thinking of. Brighton needs strikers. it wouldn't surprise me if Patson Daka goes there. Just because, yeah, they definitely need a striker. All depends on who's a local lad or not. Oh yeah, that was his first 2 goals as well for Southampton. Yeah, that was his first 2 goals as well. So I can't see him staying in Southampton. He's just like made a name for himself in one game. Although he was going up against Gomez and Matip in defence who were just standing off him. So yeah, so Kieran Dewsbury Hall, he's local, he might stay with Leicester. You get these players that stay with Leicester or teams that they go down. Remember, like Lee Catton all back in the day for Soha. You know what I mean? It was shocking, Jack. Shocking. But like, I'd expect maybe we'd fucking Gomez and Matip in defence and Simicast wasn't doing bloody. I can't, like, I know what Klopp is saying. I think Simicast is gone in the summer. I'll be honest with you. I just can't see how he challenges Andy Robertson. I can't. We're just talking about Jack, who's going to get fleeced from Leicester. Wout Faes is going to be bought. Wout Faes is the type of player that's going to be bought by another club and sent to one of their rivals as a present, so that he scores own goals for him. No, is Kasper Schmeichel gone or is he on loan? He's gone, isn't he? Yeah. So he saw what was coming. Kasper Schmeichel saw what was coming a mile away. So I think Kelechi Iheanacho, he could end up at West Ham or a Patson Daka, one or two of those. And I think Patson Daka is more suited to like a Brighton. Yeah. Oh, massive. It's huge. Massive. The lads are talking about here who could we possibly get in. Do you know who I like, Jack? I like Youssouf Fofana from Monaco. I think he'd be, as where we got Fabinho from, when Tchouaméni pretty much replaced Fabinho, and then Tchouaméni went to Real Madrid, he was replaced by Fofana, and he's been outstanding. He's got like 119 tackles this season alone, and that's outside interceptions. So, and he's a sturdy big player, but quick as well. So, for defensive midfielder, so I'd like to see him coming in and challenging Fabinho really. He'd be a nice player to get in the central defensive midfield role. And you could have Wojciech, your Thiagos, your Joneses. Gakpo is obviously going to be kind of rotating in that area. And the right of that midfield, you're looking at your McAllisters and your Hendersons rotating with your Harvey Elliott. So he's going to drop down the pecking order. And it comes in. We have nobody to challenge Salah. What I think of the big thing this summer is how much Jurgen Klopp sticks by Salah. I love Salah. I don't want to get rid of Salah. I think he's good for 30 goals a season. But for me, as I said, I would take Nacho from Spain as one of these like James Milner replacement type players that comes in with a bit of experience. He can play in multiple positions, including the midfield and the full backs. And I would take him in a heartbeat to come in and do what Milner was doing for the last few seasons. And this dude is about 5 years, he's junior. Same, like he's even younger than Henderson. So he could easily come in and do that. The winger at Leeds in this area, he could be good. Yeah, you know we need somebody that's going to come in and really push Salah to step up a bit. Because I know I'm thinking Salah's got it too easy on that side. Left back, I don't think so. I can't see Simicast staying. If he does, it'll just surprise me. I mean, he was crying about leave, looking like he was going to leave as well, even though Klopp said he was fucking hanging around and all of that. I think he's just trying to put him on a higher shelf in the market, to be honest with you. I understood it. I read it and read it twice, and then I made sure I knew what you meant. Yeah, I was just thinking there that Iheanacho probably could go to one of Brighton or West Ham. You could replace Danny Welbeck easily in these positions because Brighton need it. Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking if you're going to bring in a couple of players that are going to suit the system, we're going to need a few midfielders unless we promote from winning. Let's say we bring up 2 from the midfield. I think Tyler Morton's already made sell-on clause. Like, he's Kevin Stewart a few years ago We got Andy Robertson because of Kevin, for free because of Stewart going the other way. 8 million, I don't think so. I think we can get more for Tyler Martin now because of the current market. I think he can go anywhere up to 18 million, 13 to 18 million, easily in a buy off. And I think we can also get more for him in a trade off somewhere. But yeah, I'm just looking at here. I can't see where. I can't see where Leicester don't hang out to some of these players. I mean, Pratt is there. Castagna is probably going to leave. Soyuncu's already on his way out. Jamie Vardy mightn't be. He won't be unless he drops his wages. He won't be kept in a championship side with that kind of wage. Harvey Barnes could end up leaving. He could end up at fucking Burnley or something, or he could end up near or thereabouts. 2 to 3 years to fix this squad. Maybe. But we just need to balance the squad first anyway, Shea. To build on the squad is going to take a couple of windows, yes. But there's enough there at the moment to still say that we're finishing 5th and unlucky in a couple of games, to be honest with you. So, think of it this way. We have to look at, let's call a spade a spade. Newcastle have improved. Arsenal slightly improved this season. Still nowhere near the competition for City that we were. United haven't improved at all. Like I would say, they might have won the League Cup, but they beat Children the whole way there, and they beat teams that you would normally take on. I think Newcastle was the biggest test in the end, and they already had their keeper sent off because they get a red card against us the week before. So they were already screwed defensively. And they also had Gouverneurs that was out and didn't come back or something. So they got lucky with that thing. They still won it. They still got lucky with that League One. So they haven't improved a lot. And no offense, but any team of the caliber of Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, United, Spurs, Chelsea, and now Newcastle should be winning cups like this. And should be winning cups like that, especially the League Cup. They should be involved right up until the end anyway, at least. But for me, United, points-wise, haven't improved in the league. They ended up with like a points tally of plus... Was it only plus 14? I remember a couple of weeks ago it was plus 8. It was only like plus 14 or plus 13 in the end or something like that. And to finish in 4th with plus 13 goals is awful. And to finish, I think it's 11 points below where they were last season under Ranić. That's, and you'd fucking Ten Hag being the new saviour. I can't see it. Yeah, there's no point yet. We kind of just released our wages. We put that kind of money into their wages just to keep them on longer, I think, Jack. And that's where we're kind of at as a club with that now. And it just means that we're not a sell to buy, or not a sell to buy club. We're not a selling club. Yeah. But I think, look, we're doing well. We kept on Bobby Firmino as long as we possibly could. We did the right thing in keeping on James Milner as long as we could. Oxen, Naby just weren't, no matter how much we put them in the window, they just weren't being bought. Or, nobody wanted them. So we couldn't do anything about that, really. These kind of players are going to kind of eventually go for frees, Yeah, but look, there's players out there that are available for us. I would like you for fans. I would like to have a look at at your Kev from Torams. I'd like us to look at. I'm trying to see who's going to rotate between the midfielders. If McAllister's going to come in, if he is going to come in, and he's announced sooner rather than later, then I think that we have a busy summer ahead, because I think we need to add him early to set the bar. And you're bringing in a World Cup winner into your squad. And other people notice this and they say, yeah, the project's back on at Liverpool. They're out at the moment. I know it's just a dip in the season. The writing's been on the wall for the last couple of seasons, especially the one after the year we won the league when we were fairly poor again. But I wouldn't see how we'd go to City though. I don't think City need him. They've got Phillips and they have a lot of players there at City, and who are they going to get rid of in that midfield besides Gundogan? If they're going to offer Gundogan a contract, then there's no place for McAllister there. Because they're going to give Gundogan a 2-year contract, and he's going to expect to play a certain amount of games, and then other players will have a certain amount of games put into their contracts, and other contracts, and you wouldn't see the benefit of it. There's a lot goes into this contract negotiation, not just about money and what we're playing. It's just they look at who's in the squad as well and how many games they have on their contracts to play, and how much they have to be playing minimum on their contracts. And then they're kind of thinking, oh, where am I going to see this game time in the first 18 months? If this dude has to play at least 12 games a season, this dude has to play the same. You're going to balance that, and they're in my position. So that means, what am I looking at? 8, 9 games a season? Nah. Yeah, I think that deal with thing is now done. I think McAllister's deal is done. I want to see a new centre defensive midfielder come in there, because we need that balance. Fabinho's overworked, and I think he needs a rest whatever we can. What the hell is that? And yeah, the players in this squad that 100% need a rest is Salah, Henderson, Van Dijk, Fabinho. And Alisson deserves it as well for the season he's just put in, saving our arse. We wouldn't have gotten Europa League football without him. Or Salah's goal tally picking up with the rest of the season. You know, we were giving out about at the start, not doing enough. But he stepped up. Gakpo has stepped up, you know. But I'm mad about people that just need a rest. And those are the boys that need a rest. Oh yeah. And Robertson, obviously. Robertson's been tired for about 3 seasons now. Robertson's been at 70% of himself the last 3 seasons. And it's only sometimes we're noticing it. He hasn't been there at all because of what he's had to do, really, for the squad. He's always overworked. He's always running 100 miles an hour for you. He's a good rest. They're finished now, lads. They've got nothing whatsoever to play for until July. So just go and relax. Keep up your fitness levels in certain ways, but let the body recover. Let it recover big time. This is the time that you let it fully recover. Come back sharp and get that 1-2 touch passing, flicks, moves, passing going next season. Get the pressing game going. Don't give teams a chance to breathe. And that's it, really. That's what you're looking at. And Robinson does need better cover. You're right. They need to chillax, like. That's just there. So the Leicester squad, that's what we're saying. Vardy will either move on to a different club. Don't think anybody's going to pick him up in the Premier League, because I think it's 2 years too late for anybody to pick him up in the Premier League. I think he'll go to either another championship team, or he'll reduce his wages. Maybe it's in his contract with Leicester that his wages get halved or something if they get put down. But I still think they'll need to put there is no more excuses, Jack. I'm not listening to any more excuses from him either. The midfield should have been replaced 2-3 windows ago. Minimum. It should have been started to be replaced. Not now. So Yuri Tielemans is moving on. Definitely. Indeed, he will move on. Castagna will move on. Patson Daka will move on. Amarte will move on. Harvey Barnes may move on. James Maddison is definitely moving on. Whether it is to that or more likely Newcastle. I still think Patson Daka is suited for Brighton. Ian Nacho could end up at like West Ham or something. Or vice versa. Yeah. Have to. You have to think of it. If there's a kiddie there, let's look at the let me see. First for this. Yeah. Well, that's what we're looking. This is kind of what we were saying again. There's a lot of places that are touting that Joel Matip, Joe Gomez should be sold. Jordan Henderson should be moved on. I like to keep him because he's 33 years of age. I still like to keep him as a squad player. I think he deserves to finish his career at Liverpool, but I do think he needs to be rotated out of the squad now. Diogo Jota is one that's probably going to make the most money for us out of all of those players. I think Jota will have to be made as a profit. I think people see the benefit of Jota. I think he's made for Newcastle as well, and I think they could snap him up and they would pay the 60 odd or something £1 million or like 70 million euros, let's say, for a player of his age. I think they could, and I think he could also go into La Liga or Germany or the Italian market, but they won't pay that money. That's the difference. Size of the wars. What the fuck? What's about this shit? Now, I read something back a while ago about Nat Phillips going to Hertha Berlin as well. You know, so we could sell him on. So you're talking. Let's say there's £200 million to spend. And that's inclusive of sign-on wages for the first 2 seasons or something like that. Let's say, you know, we're not going for a Bellingham or anything like that. I still think there's a thing because there was talk about the fact that we didn't go for Bellingham because they didn't want us. They knew that we needed more players than we did. I do think that we're going to get a good few players in. I don't think it's going to be 1 or 2. I think it's going to be kind of a similar year to when we had Hoopia and all them come in. Remember there was like fucking 4 or 5 of them all lined up and stuff, but not Hoopia turned out to be a legend, obviously, but not at the low quality that we see in that photograph. But it's that kind of thing, you know. You're going to see a few players coming in, and it needs to be done. See this out in a second. Those are all saying the same. 200 million, 200 million, 200 million is what's available, and these days 200 million is absolutely nothing for what we need in that midfield. So that's outside sales. So if the 200 million is available to put into the club or to put into sales or into buys without sales being done, yeah, then you're talking about more money being made available via sales. So if there's 200 million there, I think McAllister's part of the initial deal is at 60 something million. That already leaves you with, like, let's say 140 million pounds that you're going to spend. Still more than enough to buy another 3 or 4 players. Easily. You can get your Yusuf Fafanas for 25 million euro. So that's like about 22 million pounds. You know? Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, Fafanas, they'll go there. He's stuck in Monaco. He's not going to be on the bobs. You get him in and give him 77k a week starting off. He would rise to about 90 to 100, then rise again to about 120k a week or something like that, you know. And that's what you're looking at with regards to these kind of players. So that's the kind of player I'd be really looking to get in. Mason Mount, let's forget about him for the minute, because there's no way if Chelsea are spouting £85 million for him, that's not happening. So yeah. No, I can't see how he'd be watching me. But you're talking about that. So you have your Yusuf Fafanas, you have your Slav Bajcetic in there and all of that. You know, if we give Bajcetic another deal in the summer before he comes back, then Liverpool are only buying 3 players. Something like that. Think of it that way. Because normally when we do those kind of deals, it gets into the kitty of what we need to spend. I don't mind giving Bajcetic or something like that, or raising the deal, but that should be counted outside of the main capital for whatever players need to come in. McAllister, we're not going to get a McAllister and Caicedo in the same window. So if it's a McAllister, I wouldn't mind a McAllister, Fofana, and somebody's going to be on that left. Yeah. He's very much a bit raw, but I mean, he's going to be playing really well. And we still have Gakpo on that side as well. He didn't do too well today. Didn't look too well today. Coming as a U player, you know, Southampton going down means we get him now for pennies. You know, these players write stuff into their contracts that they can leave if no matter what kind of season that they're having for pennies. So look, there's going to be a lot of movements happening in the Premier League in the next 2 weeks, and then after that for the next 3 weeks, because, you know, the window's shut. Well, the international window doesn't open until July 1st, so we can't buy from Europe anyway until July 1st. What you're going to see is a lot of players moving that have just been relegated and stuff like that up into Premier League clubs. I'm not reading anything to do it today. Tyler Martin is back, but I think he's going to be used as a make weight in a bigger deal, to be honest with you. If we have Bajcetic, If you're choosing between Bajcetic and Tyler Morton, you're choosing Bajcetic all day. He's technically more gifted. He tackles well. You know. Yeah. You know, we can look at all these Ben Dokes and stuff like that, and see. Hopefully they'll do well for next season, but we can't rely on that either. We really need to go all in, and then these lads have to be third choices. Your Harvey Elliott has to be your third choice midfielder in his position. Your Curtis Jones has to be your third choice midfielder in this position. You know, Fabinho has to be battling the main choice and then still have somebody else underneath him wanting to be there. This is why I was saying you can get in a Fafana, you could probably get in a DD for cheaper, but will his wages stay up with him being relegated? Was his wages up already at thing? You know, you're probably looking at 90k a week at least for him to come in if he was available. And would we want to be paying 90k a week for somebody who's going to be third choice if he's coming in? Okay, he push his way to the side. Oh, excuse me. Well, I don't know how we're going to bring in a Lavia without Carvalho leaving, or Elliott leaving, or a Jones leaving. I don't see it. Because we definitely need a central defensive midfielder, 100%. Like, whatever, we need a Hendo replacement and a central defensive midfielder. Gakpo can play where Thiago plays. Bajcetic can play where Thiago plays. Thiago can play where Thiago plays, but he's injury prone. You still have him coming on because you'd need that kind of quality coming off the bench. And I think Thiago understands where his place is now within the team. He knows that he's not, unless he's completely fit all the time and really cohesive, he's not the first pick all the time. He can get rotational games where he becomes the first pick for about 7 games, then he's injured, then he's gone for a couple of months, then when he comes back, he's doing a rotation when he comes back in, and he can do that twice a season. And but yeah, I need that, and we need definitely a right back. I think our right centre back, full back, centre back type player. So hang on. See. So for the West Line, no bother. Thanks, lad. So I think. You see. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's a few there. Anyway, lads, I'm gonna leave it at that. I've been talking for ages. So I can have 7 already. You know, I want to get on and play some games and stuff. I get the kids tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know what else is popping. I might pop onto somebody else's streams there and say hello. I don't mind talking about this stuff. I want to keep a lot of this for coming up in the next couple of weeks to talk about. So yeah, we leave it at that, I think. Yeah, don't you? Yeah, I think so. Lads, thanks very much for watching with me this season. This is our final watch along until the pre-seasons, which is about 6 weeks away. I think so. 4, 5, yeah, about 6 weeks ago. But we'll be on every couple of days to do so. I'll try and get a schedule put up there and see what I can do. Me and Jack will definitely be doing 2 times a week minimum the Kitmen. He'll be doing these daily pre-recorded shows, and we'll do a few live event topic shows ourselves. But you know, mostly me, I do a lot of watch-alongs and I enjoy that kind of stuff. But I'll put a bit more content in this summer now, since I have a lot more time on my hands. I will do so. So yeah, we'll try that. So let's Shay, Panov, Mark, Redbird, there's there Gary, what's there missing? T12. Was there anybody else? Oh yeah, the usual as I know in real life. Will Matthias. What's the link for the Kitman? Oh, hang on. We get it, yeah. Wait. No. YouTube. Let me find it. Yeah. What am I doing? Why did I just do that? So you go to. This is there we go. I have done it. Wait if I can get that. Normally I just go into my channel and find it that way, but then I'm sharing my own link. So oh jeez, how did I fucking go up and down there? There you go, lads. The link is coming in and out of the chat. That's the Kitman in the channel, but it's got me and Kev on the poster at the moment. Kev is the guy I'm doing the comedy sketches with. We kind of started off a few years ago, but Jack is coming in on board now, and then we're going to be running that together mostly for the live shows. And Kevin's going to be there then to do sketches with me, so we're still going to be doing those sketches that you've seen in my videos. But yeah, he's just finishing. I know he's finishing up the last year of his college this year, so I appreciate any follow lads and that we do well. But we'll be doing it from there over. So the Kitman is what it's called, and few small views, but the live ones are better. What the hell is that? Oh yeah, mine and Jack's one got good. So we haven't done anything much on that. So we're going to be doing that from StreamYard on you. So that'll be good. That'll be nice and easy. But that's going to be a full Premier League show, lads. That's just not about Liverpool. Even though it's going to be a few Liverpool lads running it, we're going to get other people involved from other clubs as well. So that should be good. Alright. Listen, lads, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to me all season. I appreciate the shit out of everybody. We're at the end of the season, but look, we're running the Europa League. Let's get the quality of players in that want to play Champions League. Go win the Europa League, move up into the Champions League. Already haven't done it in the league without needing to win the Europa League to do it, but doing it anyway. And I think that'll be a nice little season next season, you know, and just push for the league. You know, let the squad deal with the Europa League as early as we possibly can. So yeah, we'll see, lads. Yeah, me and Jack will keep you updated anyway with who we think is coming in. We'll ask around, and we're going to get a few special guests on as well. So that should be cool. All right, cheers, lads. Good luck. Goodbye. Adios. Look.